Hello everybody, I'm Grant Fluff from Floodsters Sports Zone and welcome back to another YouTube video, Season 1, Episode 14, Floodsters Sports Zone. We ran into a little bit of a technical issue for the next at least week of this show. I have just realized that since I have the free account on StreamYard, I can only stream up to 2 more hours on StreamYard, which is perfect. I'll use the final 2 hours for next week's show. But yeah, we're going back to YouTube Live, at least for the rest of this month. And now I know moving forward, I got to be more careful using my StreamYard hours. That was my bad. Don't worry. We'll still be commentating games here, but I will just be on YouTube Live. And speaking of which, we are here in Nashville, Tennessee, Nashville Superspeedway for this 2021 NASCAR event, as Kyle Larson has won the last 2 races, including last week's All-Star race in Texas. And so now he will try to send his car to victory lane. But we will see what happens there. We'll go over the starting grid once they head out of commercial. But yeah, about that whole StreamYard thing, yeah, unless if it's next Sunday on Fletcher Sports Zone, I'm not going to be streaming on StreamYard because, again, I have just about 2 hours left. I have like an hour and 52, which is absolutely perfect for Fletcher Sports Zone next week. I think, yeah, that was kind of my fault. I ran into that situation, but that is no problem because, we'll just continue live streaming it here on YouTube, so there's no big deal. Just when I go over the topics, I won't be able to share the screen, which kind of stinks. Maybe I can, but I just don't know how to, so yeah, I just wouldn't know how to, so we just won't do that. But, of course, this is Fletcher Sports Zone. We will be talking about sports news during the commercial breaks and stuff, pretty much from the start of last Sunday to today. So, yeah, we'll certainly have plenty to talk about during the commercial breaks, along with plenty of other score updates. And Game 1 of the NBA Western Conference Finals kicks off between the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Clippers, rather. Clippers made it this far, not the Lakers, of course, and the Suns. After sweeping the Nuggets, or they're in their first Western Conference Finals since when? 93, 94, I want to say. But speaking of which, before we head into this race here at Tennessee, this is the first NASCAR Cup Series race in Nashville ever. We've had Truck Series races at this track. We have had Xfinity Series races at this track. We have not had an actual Cup Series race. Ryan Preece won the truck race on Friday, and Kyle Busch won his 100th career Xfinity Series race yesterday. Busch starting second of starting lineup. And, of course, one last little announcement. This is the beginning of the NBCSN coverage. So NASCAR is no longer on Fox till the end of the year. We are switching over to NBCSN, and what a way to do it. Kicking off in style with, again, their first ever Cup Series race in Nashville, Tennessee. So we'll get to commentate history here, which is tremendous. I will say, if Kyle Busch does win, you certainly have the right to question. Of course, winning the Xfinity Series race last night, he probably already he's probably already a step ahead of a lot of the drivers here. But yet again, is he feeling fatigued after winning yesterday or after racing yesterday? I don't know. But, I guess that'll all come into play, and we'll soon find out. I'm going to get to the starting order in a little bit, but currently trying to prep everything up. They're showing all the winners from this season so far: Truex, Busch, Blaney, Elliott, Larson, McDowell, Logano, all out of order, but you get the idea. Bowman's won one. I think William Byron won one as well. Yeah. Also for Hendrick Motorsports, winning 4 straight. Bowman won, then Chase Elliott, and then, of course, Larson in back-to-back weeks. So they're on a roll, Hendrick Motorsports. Will he be stopped? I don't know. Of course, Joe Gibbs Racing won 2 in a row before this Hendrick Motorsports winning streak when Truex and Busch won. And now we're ready to get this race underway. The cars will head out of the pits here at the Alley 400. And we'll take a look at your starting grid now. Eric Almirola and Kyle Busch on the outside. In row 2, Joey Logano and William Byron. And now in row 3, we have Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott. Row 4, Cole Custer, the rookie won last year, and Alex Bowman, who signed an extension earlier this week, back on Thursday. Row 5, Eric Jones and my favorite driver, Ryan Blaney. Row 6 is going to be DeBedito and Harvick. 7, Hamlin and Stenhouse. 8th, Keselowski and Briscoe. Buescher and Alfredo in 9th. And Chastain and Priest in row 10. Row 11, Bubba Wallace and Daniel Suarez. 12, McDowell and Corey LaJoie. 13, Corey Bell and Tyler Reddick. And I was going way too fast. Row 16 is McLeod and Yaley. 17, Fritz Blanque. 18th is Truex and Smiley. 19th is Gas and Star. And just starting 20th is Quinn Hugh. Starting from the rear, Byron, Eric Jones. It looks like those are the two who's going to be starting from the back due to unimproved adjustments, basically failing pre-race inspections. Take a look at the other rows I missed here. Austin Dillon, Ryan Newman, Kurt Busch, and BJ McLeod, and JJ Yaley and Chad Frenneman. Okay, I'm not read the rest. And Quinn Hugh, unsurprisingly, starting last. The 00. All right. Of course, take a look at this Nashville track. 1.33 seconds around 14 degrees. The longest concrete track on the NASCAR circus. Stage 1 is 90 laps. Stage 2, 95 laps. Stage 3, the final stage, 115 laps. This is a 300-lap race, 399 miles. I will say it is starting at pretty much around 4 o'clock. This race will not end until about 7:30 Eastern time, I think is a fair estimate, depending on how many cautions we get. Just a quick little word as well. Kurt Busch, 1 top 10 finish in his last 13 races. And when he finished 6th at Sonoma, he's got to fix that up a little bit. He's driving in his usual one Monster Energy car. And we have to talk about Kevin Harvick's paint scheme. In the Gravedigger look, that paint scheme is incredible. Of course, representing the Monster Jam truck. And here is Martin Truex Jr., 1 top 15 finish in the last 4 races when he finished 3rd at Sonoma. Again, he won 5 races ago. Has been awfully quiet since. Let's see what that Toyota Camry can do moving forward. Driving in his usual 19 Bass Pro Shop sponsor car. There's Ryan Blaney. Had a good run. Won the second stage in the All-Star race last week. He has 2 top 5 finishes in the last 16 races, though. That is not ideal. Again, he did win, but that was way back earlier on in the year. He has 6 career wins. And now Blaney has to go into pits. Oh, no. Ryan Blaney has to start off in pit road, it looks like. I don't know. Maybe he must have failed some inspection. So he may be starting from the rear. Yeah, Blaney was hanging to pit road. I'm not entirely sure why. I'll get a word on that whenever I can. Alex Bowman, by the way, like I mentioned before, this was back on Friday, actually. He signed a 2-year extension to stick with Hendrick Motorsports, so he will continue to drive the 48 that was made famous by, of course, Jimmy Johnson, and now Blaney will head out of the pits. So, yeah, I think something just happened with this car. He's getting out now, and he'll have to head back on to the lead lap. You're just getting started here. Yep, Lane's going to have to start from the back. It looks like the pace car is coming out, though. Can't believe it. They said the race would start at 3:30, and it starts at 4. That is ridiculous, NASCAR. I know you're trying to hype it up and have a long pre-race, but come on. I was lied to. Regardless. All jokes aside, we are ready to have the green flag. And for the first time in NASCAR history, we are racing in Nashville, Tennessee. We are underway, and it is Eric Almirola taking the lead on the outside. As they head into turn 1, Kyle Busch takes the lead on the inside, almost 3 wide right out of the gate between Almirola, Busch, and Elliott. Now Elliott falls back into 5th, and now they go down the back straightaway. Kyle Larson right there. Oh, my goodness. Quinn Hughes is in the wall. He doesn't even make it past turn 2, and his tire popped. And the car who started in last place will have to suffer the first caution. On the opening lap of the race, Quinn Hughes, his front left tire dislodges, and into the wall he went. First caution of the race, and that is ridiculous. Yeah, he didn't even make it out of turn 1. His tire just popped. You've got to be kidding. I mean, that's got to be on the crew chief. That is ridiculous. You cannot have the first turn of the race, your tire pops, and then your car hits the wall, and now it's damaged. And to be honest, I don't even think Quinn Hughes can race for the rest of the race. It looks like this car is going to be out. Take a look at that, though. A nice little almost 3-way battle for first. Looked like Alex Bowman was coming up the track. He was able to save it. And then, yeah, not a... Fortunately for Quinn Hughes, he could not save it. And ultimately, we got our first caution of the race. Is that an announcer jinx? I mean, I was basically saying Quinn Hughes, like, I'm not surprised he was, like, starting a lash or something. I didn't say he was going to be in an accident, but at least now we're 3 laps out of 90. I think this is kind of a shortish track. I don't know. It seemed like they were cruising. It seems like it's going to be about 40 seconds a lap, presumably. So it's actually not awful. That's about 40 seconds a lap, so that'll certainly, I guess, make sense. Yeah, it'll be about 40 seconds a lap. Oh, now we're heading to commercial break. Okay. Quinn Hughes, ladies and gentlemen. Leave it up to Quinn Hughes to ruin it. First race in the Cup Series history. It ends with the last place car ending in a crash. Ridiculous. All right. The Suns and the Clippers are tied at 21 at the end of the first. Currently in the MLB, the Nationals have beaten the Mets 5-2 and the Indians beaten the Pirates 2-1. Currently, the Yankees lead the Athletics 2-1 in the top of the 9th. The Blue Jays beating the Orioles 7-4 in the bottom of the 9th. Bottom of the 5th, the Astros beating the White Sox 7-2. Bottom of the fifth, the Red Sox had a 2-0 lead. Kiki Hernandez had a 2-run shot, but now the Royals take a 4-2 lead. Bottom of the fifth, Red Sox trying to sweep the series. We'll see if they do there. They might come back. I mean, it's 2. We'll see. Cardinals beating the Braves 9-1, top of the sixth. Cubs are beating the Marlins 1-0 in the bottom of the fifth. The Twins beating the Rangers 4-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Brewers beating the Rockies 4-0 in the bottom of the third. And starting pretty much right now, Phillies and Giants, Tigers and Angels, and Rays Mariners, along with Reds, Padres, and Dodgers Diamondbacks. All those games are starting pretty much right now. Within at least the next 5 minutes. Phillies and Giants starting actually probably as we speak. 4:05 Eastern Time, the starter there. Tigers and Angels at 4:07. And then Rays, Mariners, Reds, Padres, and Dodgers Diamondbacks all at 4:10. And then Cardinals, Braves, the second game of the doubleheader is on late this evening. I'd also like to mention that I will be doing an MLB broadcast, I would imagine, sometime next week. What game, I'm not exactly sure yet, but I'm thinking Friday night, depending on which NHL or NBA game is on. I will commentate probably either the Friday or the Saturday game between the Red Sox and the Yankees next weekend. It'll probably be the Friday race, but I'm not 100% sure yet. And again, we take a look at the caution on turn 1. It's ridiculous. Turn 1, Quinn Hugh pops the tire and hits the wall, and it's just ridiculous. At least we're heading back to green now. Yeah, 4 laps. Of caution laps, and now we're ready to get this thing back underway. Well, now that the last place car is out, hopefully we can go racing for a little bit here. Caution free, that'll be lovely. Pace car comes out. And again, it's going to be Busch and Almirola on the pole. Busch starting to the outside lane, and away we go once more. On the restart, Busch takes the lead. He's going to pull away. Busch now on the outside trying to keep that lead as we now head into lap 6. And Almirola trying to make the pass on the inside. Can't do it, and trying to squeeze through the middle is Kyle Larson. And all drivers have made it to the back straightaway as Larson cuts through the middle and takes the lead from Kyle Busch. Larson now will take the turn off turn 3, and into lap 7 we go. And Busch on the outside lane trying to steal second from Almirola. And Almirola will cut in front of him as they head down the back straightaway. Yeah, it seems like we're going to be averaging about 35 to 45 seconds a lap, mainly 35 to 40 seconds each lap. So, yeah, 300 lap races. Yeah, this race will probably last a few hours. Oh my goodness, driving into off the track, Benedetto looked like he was bump drafting a driver. That was Cole Custer. Here's Alex Bowman passing Chase Elliott on the outside for 7th. And here comes Almirola now trying to catch up to Busch again for 2nd. Cars start to space out a little bit. Larson in front, now on lap 9. Kyle Larson is near unbeatable, ladies and gentlemen. And it's looking like he's off to another fantastic start here. And here's Joey Logano on the outside, trying to make the move on Almirola for 3rd. Logano, no, he can't make the pass. Almirola stays his ground. Logano now trying to squeeze in on the inside. He makes contact with Almirola, and he'll drop back into 4th with no pass. Oh, my goodness. Logano What is he doing? He's getting way too aggressive in this opening stage. God, the opening 10 laps. He's trying to make a very aggressive pass for Almirola. I don't know if he just kind of got clamped up a little bit. Ooh, he lost control of his car for a second. He was able to retrieve it. But again, Logano being a very risky driver here early on, something I would have not tried to roll the dice on, because that could have obviously been much worse than what it actually was. Here is Blaney working up the track. He's already moved up 11 spots, and so has Eric Jones. Ryan Newman moved up 8 spots so far. Newman started in 29th. I believe Jones was originally going to start 9th, but he had to start from the rear, and Blaney was starting right behind Jones in 10th. But again, something happened during pit roads. We had to start from the rear as well. Truex and Blaney side by side as they head into turn 1 here on lap 12. And let's take a look on the replay from moments ago. It was Blaney. Looked like Alex Bowman was ready to clip him. And luckily, a good pass from Bowman there to pass him on or Byron rather, to pass him on the outside. Here is Blaney. Trying to go in on the inside. Truex blocks him off. And now we head down the back straightaway already on lap 13. And Truex on the inside will pass number 51. That is J.J. Yaley. And now Blaney looking to do the same. Now currently in 4th, 3 seconds behind the leader Larson. Blaney now passing Yaley on the inside. Faster from Blaney, and he's already up to 28th. Blaney a car to watch here in this opening stage. This looks like a wreck just past Suarez for 15th. Only on lap 15, and Kyle Larson, again, has won the past 2 races, is doing some more damage, driving his Valvoline oil car for the first time this season. I love that red paint scheme with a nice little red and blue V on the hood. And Kyle Busch also racing in his dog cart today. Sponsored. Rolling now in 3rd, 3 seconds behind Larson. Almirola has 1 top 10 finish this season, and that's when he finished 6th at Richmond. He had like 3 or 4 second place finishes last year on Almirola, but he was never able to get the job done though. Here comes Almirola now. Almirola now going around turn 1, and now you take a look at Matthew Benedetto. No top 15 finishes in the last 5 races. The average finish is 21. And, I mean, he performed decently in the All-Star race, but, again, it's an All-Star race. He was the fan vote to get in, so, yeah. I can assure you why Matthew Benedetto was the fan favorite driver to make the All-Star game. He loves to, he's very religious and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm sure that may have played a part in it, but sometimes, he just loves to rant, after some races he felt like he could have done better in. I don't know. It's just Benedetto relates with his fans a lot. He really appreciates them, obviously, and just kind of goes out of their way to do some stuff on social media to help them out. So that's probably why he was the fan voted driver for the All-Star race last week. That was again last week. This week, we have Alex Bowman, like I mentioned, signed the 2-year contract on Friday with Hendrick Motorsports. And he's still in 7th now, 8 seconds behind the leader Larson, his teammate. And also in 7th or rather 9th. Look at that surprise. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is actually going to fall down to 10th. As Kevin Harvick will try to pass him on the outside. That is just flawless paint scheme. Kevin Harvick. Just incredible paint scheme. I'll try to pass Stenhouse here on the outside. And he can't do it. Stenhouse stays on the inside, and he's now thinking about passing Chase Elliott for 8th. He can't reach Elliott. And now Harvick's going to blow by Stenhouse as we head down the back straightaway, and single file they go. Here comes Stenhouse. Now Stenhouse going on in on the inside. He's going to make the move on Harvick for 9th. He didn't end up doing it. And now we're going to head back to commercial break. Kyle Larson, your leader. All right. So racing commercial break. The Yankees are beating the Athletics 2-1. All right, the Athletics are winning that game 1-0 in like the third inning, but Yankees must have came back and won, and then the Blue Jays beat the Orioles 7-4. Your current scores: 8-2 Astros over the White Sox, bottom of the 5th, top of the 7th now. 9-1 Cardinals over the Braves. Again, that is a 7-inning game. Doubleheader will resume tonight at 7:08 on ESPN. That's your Sunday Night Baseball. Since I'm commentating this, I'll not be commentating that. Royals beating the Red Sox 4-2, top of the 6th. Come on, Boston, wake up. You beat the Royals. Come on, sweep them. You're the best team in the AL East now that the Rays lost, and they're just blowing it. The Cubs are beating the Marlins 2-0, bottom of the 5th. 2003 NLCS rematch there. Oh, boy. Twins being the Rangers 4-0, top of the 5th. And the Brewers being the Rockies 4-0 in the top of the 4th. Bottom of the 1st, Phillies and Giants scoreless. And bottom of the 4th, Tigers, Angels scoreless. So Detroit and Philadelphia. Y'all had some quick innings. Top of the 1st, Reds and Padres scoreless. Top of the 1st, Dodgers, Diamondbacks scoreless. And top of the 1st, Rays and Mariners scoreless. And your NBA game on right now, Clippers being the Suns 37-35, 7:15 to go. And your NHL playoff game is tonight at 8, Game 4, Golden Knights, Canadiens. I've heard Robin Lehner may start for Vegas tonight. We'll see what will happen. And, of course, if you haven't checked out the broadcast on Friday, go ahead and watch that. I did not commentate the overtime Josh Anderson goal, but I did commentate the game-tying goal by Josh Anderson in the 3rd. So if you want to go check that out, you certainly can. That was a pretty fun game. Montreal won game 3-2, which was pretty fun. Now on lap 27 of 90 on the opening stage. Currently, Chase Briscoe is in 12th and Tyler Reddick in 13th, under a second behind him. And then Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is still sticking strong in 8th. And here comes Chris Buescher on the inside trying to make the move around Reddick, but he can't do it. Reddick, who wasn't for Cole Custer, probably would have won the Rookie of the Year last year. He has 8 top 10 finishes this season, 7 top 10 finishes in the last 15 races, I believe. That's what that stat read. Reddick is all over Chase Briscoe here as they head down the back straightaway, now heading into turn 3. And here's Chris Buescher. He might have some other plans. Now, Briscoe's going to try to lap down a car, and he will. And then there's Ricky Stenhouse, like I mentioned before. He is also in a different paint scheme. As lap cars begin to be passed, Stenhouse passes David Starr there to the inside lane, and now he's going to have to try to pass Benedetto for 6th. We'll see if that'll occur or not. Right. Chase Briscoe still in 12th, feeding off Reddick here as I head off of turn 3. Look at Larson, just such a huge lead over Kyle Busch. A little over a second lead. Busch now will head off into turn 2, trying to make the pass. Or actually, off of turn 4. And he'll ultimately still be a second, 1.2 seconds behind, rather. Almirola, 6 seconds behind in third. And oh my goodness, obviously it's the first time they're racing in Tennessee since 2011, which was an Xfinity Series race. Which resulted in a Carl Edwards win. But, so I don't really remember them racing at Tennessee that much, but I hope this race just isn't a snooze fest, because that would obviously be wicked unfortunate. I honestly, I don't know. It looks like this track's going to need some improvements if it's just one-sided race. Finished in either second or first in the last 5 races. He finished second 3 straight times, and now he's won back-to-back races. And now he's dominating right now, and he has been dominating since about the 9 or 10 lap mark. Here's Kevin Harvick trying to make a move on the inside for 8th against Chase Elliott. There comes Alex Bowman as he gets passed by Ross Chastain. Chastain now coming on in 10th, staying ahead of Bowman. Chastain, another surprise in the All-Star race last week. He's going to have to catch some ground to catch Harvick, and I don't think he's going to. And look at this. Stenhouse all over the back of Cole Custer. Almost had a spin out there. Here's Stenhouse still. I think he's trying to go on the inside against Custer, and he will do that. And now he will make the pass for 5th. Reese Stenhouse Jr. has had a quietly decent year. He also finished 2nd at Talladega last year. Just lost to Ryan Blaney on the last lap. He's starting off strong here this afternoon. For Stenhouse, crew chief Brian Patey, his spotters Frank Denny Jr. Look on the 47. Didn't Stenhouse used to drive the 17 for a little bit? I don't remember. Anyway, here comes Stenhouse. Make the pass around turn 1. Now head down to the back straightaway. Yeah, Quinn Hughes shouldn't have a ride. What's up, Len? Thanks for stopping by. He shouldn't! How? Okay, let me tell you. Let me put it together this way. You are a professional stock car racer with professional crew chiefs and the first turn of the race, your tire pops. Come on. You shouldn't have a ride. And not to mention he was starting in last. I already figured he was going to finish in last. I can have an entire rant why Quinn Hughes shouldn't have a ride because he shouldn't. He is a great Xfinity Series driver. Notice how I said Xfinity. Exactly. He's not good at the professional level. And unless they put him in Kyle Larson or Kyle Busch's car, he ain't going to be good. So stop having these drivers who come in last place every week wreck. It's so annoying. Anyway, Ryan Blaney now on pit road for the second time in this race. Just 39 laps in. Blaney was doing well. He moved up from 37th to 28th, and now he has a 15-second pit stop. That's going to slow him down a little bit. And here comes Kyle Busch. He's now closing in on the lead. And ironically, Eric Almirola is 7 seconds behind Busch in third. So although, yeah, the first two drivers are pretty close, third and onward is out of sight. As, yeah, it looked like Blaney had some of the yellow stick onto his car. I think that's some of the yellow paint from his vehicle stick on the inside of his car. That is very interesting. Now Martin Truex Jr. goes into pit road. So I guess on this track, they must have about 40 or so laps of gas because I do know that we didn't have a competition caution. Truex pit stop goes 12.4 seconds. Hamlin and Bubba Wallace enter into the fray as Larson continues to pull away from Busch. Busch staying in tight, though. There's a couple of lap cars that are getting in Busch's way. That's going to slow him down just a little bit. And now he squeezes out to the outside lane, and Kyle Busch will try to make the pass. He does make a pass here on the inside. Hamlin's pit stop 13.2 seconds. Bubba Wallace's 16.2. And now in pit row, we have Chad Fincham, the number 66 from Motorsports Business Management. Ryan Newman and William Byron also in pit road, and Bubba Wallace's pit stop just a tick over 16 seconds. Here is Byron's just getting underway. Looks like they were in a hurry to change his left side tires. Now switch to the right, and that was a pretty quick pit stop. 23 seconds. Oh my goodness, and Fincham's pit stop, 28.5 seconds. Oh my gosh. I mean, that is why he races for Motorsports Business Management in the 66 Toyota. Chad Fincham with a 28-second pit stop. That is awful. Benedetto and Harvick now enter pit road. Hopefully they don't ruin Harvick's paint scheme during the pit stop. Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson. I mean, Kyle Busch is like my fourth favorite driver, so I'd be cool with that. Only 0.40 seconds behind. I mean, he's the best paint scheme. Oh, no, he does. Like, who puts a Monster Jam as their paint scheme? That is just ridiculous. Like, props to Kevin Harvick and props for his team for coming up with that. You know, that's just amazing. Like, you don't come up with a Monster Jam and make that your sponsor. And look at this. Busch was all over the back of Larson as they head into pit road. Almirola is still 8 seconds behind, but theoretically he'll be in first. Oh no, now Reddick. Like Reddick's engine may have exploded. And now we have a caution, and yeah, Larson finally reaches his pit box. And we're going to have our second caution thanks to, it looks like an engine malfunction for Tyler Reddick. Oh no, now the tire is spinning for Larson. It was spinning away out of the pit box. And look at this, Kyle Busch is going to win the race off of pit road. So it's going to be Busch and Larson. Let's take a look here. Reddick looked like he was coming out of the pits, or was he coming on the pits? I can't really tell. Whoa, he was trying to go on the pits, and then he spun out as his back tire hit the grass, and then he kind of did a little spin. He saved it, and then at that point, the car's engine just must have died out a little bit, and then off the caution went. Yeah, Reddick, you see, trying to continue to drive, but it was not going fast at all. And so we have our second caution just 47 laps into the race, as Reddick will now have to get that one changed. And now we have a Kyle Busch super fan in the crowd. That was a funny. We had a Kyle Busch super fan. Funny. Here for life, yes, sir. Yeah, Busch wins. That'd be cool. Won 3 weeks ago. Very forgettable because Larson won the last two. So back in commercial break. Kyle Busch's partner, though, Truex, is doing nothing. Truex is trying to work his way up to the front, but he had not the best pit stop, and he's still falling behind a little bit. Headed to the M&M's with the heart attack. Nah, you're good. Yeah, it's interesting. Busch taking a break from the candy sponsors this week, and now he's driving his little pet shop sponsor, which is cool. I like his interstate battery. If Kyle Busch isn't racing in a candy sponsored car, I love his interstate battery paint scheme with the green like lightning bolts and like the silver outline. Oh, fantastic paint scheme. Still not as good as the Kevin Harvick Gravedigger paint scheme, though. I might have to actually buy a diecast of that because that is just an insane. It's dog food. I thought it was I thought it was a pet shop. It's dog food. I mean, okay, you could sponsor dog food, I guess, but yeah, she's the best. Yeah, the interstate is pretty cool. Bubba has the pet. Okay, so it's Wallace who has the pet shop. Okay, I think I'm getting my sponsors confused. Also, a little IndyCar update for you. Yeah, the race was going on earlier today. I watched a few laps of that before I changed the television to baseball. But I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan of IndyCar. I don't know why. But your winner was number 10. How do you know that is? It's most certainly not Al Montoya or Sam Hornish Jr., so I would not know who he is. I don't know. Those are the only two drivers I know is Al Montoya and Sam Hornish Jr. Why? Because they both raced in NASCAR. Only reason why I know who those two are. Yeah, I know the Harvick diecast. Yeah, I'm going to need that one. Oh, my goodness. Well, looks like now we're about to have the restart. All right, now we'll have to wait a couple more laps. Hanging at lap 50, though. We're moving slowly but surely. Almost, we are halfway to a third of the race. Yeah, 300-lap race. This race probably isn't going to end until give or take 7 or later. But, I don't know. It could end around 7 if it wasn't for all the cautions. Good Lord. I mean, to be fair, we've only had 2. And that Quinn Hughes one just... that just absolutely frustrated me, the Quinn Hughes caution. Almirola gets out with 13.2 seconds on his pit stop. Kurt Busch has the quickest out of that bunch with 12.3, and looked like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was still in his pit box for a little bit. Eric Jones will come out. Again, was seen here at Tennessee Superspeedway. I mean, it's incredible. Again, the first ever NASCAR race at Tennessee since 2011. Also, a little shout out to someone who follows me on Instagram by the name of Tyler Sports Guy. I know he's at this race today, so hope he has a lot of fun. He hasn't watched my videos or anything, but yeah, he at least follows me on Instagram, and I know he put on his story that he went to this race, so shout out to him. I think it's been awesome. Yeah, I know the Trucks and Xfinity races, yeah. You obviously hope the Cup Series race is the same, but the way how Larson just had that lead for like 40 laps, it's not giving me the sense of urgency that this is going to be an outstanding race. I think it'll be a good race, but obviously you can't really judge a NASCAR race until you get to the final like 10 laps and stuff. So in reality, this race could be awful. It could be the Kyle Larson show the whole way around. And for example, Kyle Busch takes the lead with 10 laps left and wins a crazy race, or wins a green, white, checkered. Like you just don't know. You can't judge a NASCAR race just 49 laps in. But at the same time, when you had the same driver lead for about 40 of those 49 laps, and it's a new track, you start to question. Yeah, no, I think this is going to end up being a pretty solid race. Again, Ryan Preece with the Truck Series win, and Kyle Busch with the Xfinity Series win. Of course, like I mentioned yesterday, Busch with his 100th career Xfinity Series race, so props to him on that. I'd rather watch Joey win than Larson and company. I mean, I don't like Logano, but I guess I'd rather see Logano win than have the same exact winner for 3 straight weeks. I mean, I don't mind Kyle Larson. He's a fine driver. He's just not my favorite. That's all. Like, obviously, if it was like Ryan Blaney or Kyle Busch or I don't know who else do I like. Brad Keselowski is another one I like. Like, if they were winning 3 straight weeks, that would be cool. But at the same time, you need different winners to sustain an audience. Yeah, Brad can win 3 straight times. I love it if he did. Love it if Brad Keselowski won 3 straight races. It's just unfortunate. I just want Penske to get rid of Logano because there's so many drivers on that I like. It's ridiculous. Like, I like Blaney. I like Keselowski. I like who's the other Team Penske guy? Or is it just those 3? Am I missing someone? Oh no, there's just those 3. Okay. And then just get rid of Logano. And you have hands down my favorite ownership in all of NASCAR. All right, guy, eat dinner. See you later, man. Yeah, again, this race is probably going to end until about 7 o'clock, so I'll be on commentating the entire thing. So feel free to stop back on if you'd like. Yeah. 53rd lap now. Kyle Busch takes the lead from Kyle Larson. So we have a lead change for the first time since like the 10th lap. And Larson right on his tail. But that's what I do like about the restart. So you kind of get a fresh look at the race. Here's Larson now on the inside. We'll make the pass on Busch. Here's Kyle Busch now. Trying to go in on the inside. He can't make the pass. And now he's just under second behind. So is Elliott and Logano. And almost 3 wide here. My goodness. Chase Briscoe cutting through the middle. And now Blaney's in the wall. Third caution, Blaney. His left side absolutely destroyed. And that's going to bring out a caution. And that's going to be the end of the day for my driver. Ouch. So he still only has one win this year. All right. Well, at least Blaine's all right. He's getting out of the car. Yeah, I just probably had a loose tire or something, came up the track, and then bounced off the wall. Let's take a look here. What actually happened here? Let's see. Oh, no, he just couldn't steer. Something was up with the steering wheel, and then into the wall he went. Take a look here. Yeah. Just probably couldn't make the turn or anything. His tire got tightened up or something, and again, he couldn't make the proper turn to get past the turn one. So Blaney's going to be out. He's now walking out of his car all right. Now he's going to head into the AMR truck for further evaluation. And now they'll work underneath the hood of Blaney, who's started pretty much in the rear because of pit issues. He had to stop for another 2 pit stops. Honestly, for Blaney, it's probably just a good thing that this race is going to come to an end for him. Now in 36th after the crash, and that's going to be where he finishes. And this was about a 36th place finish because he was just not performing well. Something was up this car right from the beginning, and ultimately he just couldn't recover from it. Off the wall, and then Blaine just puts on his cap and drives away in the Ford truck. We're heading back to commercial break. Well, considering we've only finished about 50 or a little over 50 laps, and we're averaging about 50 laps an hour. We're gonna be here for a little bit, which is all right. Back into commercial break we go. Okay. Let's take a look here. 57-54, Suns beating the Clippers at halftime. And also the Cardinals finally put the Braves out of their misery with a 9-1 win in a 7-inning game. Currently top of the 7th, the Astros beating the White Sox 8-2. Bottom of the 6th, the Royals now beating the Red Sox 6-2. Cubs beating the Marlins 2-0 in the top of the 7th. Oh, the Rangers are coming back. Got the lead in half. Twins now lead 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th. The Brewers have a 5-0 lead over the Rockies in the top of the 5th. The Giants have a 3-0 lead over the Phillies in the bottom of the 2nd. Bottom of the 2nd still scoreless between the Angels and the Tigers. Angels won big last night over Detroit. The Rays and the Mariners scoreless, top of the third, bottom of the second. Reds, Padres scoreless. Same with Dodgers and Diamondbacks. All right. Trying to see if we have a no-hitter or anything going on here. Walker Buehler had a 7-inning shutout, but ultimately didn't get it. He allowed 2 hits to the Diamondbacks in the 8th, and then there went that. Okay, the Rays are currently throwing a no-hitter. That's in the top of the third. You can't really say, like, oh, he's pitching a no-hitter, though, until, like, you get to, like, the 5th or 6th inning. Then you can kind of start to see it. Dodgers, Reds, nope, and then Dodgers, Diamondbacks, rather. Let's see. Albert Pujols with another hit. Albert Pujols is playing insane since signing with the Dodgers. Oh, and it's 7-2 now, Royals. Really? Oh, no way. The Red Sox are going to not sweep the Royals, really. Really, man? I was going to commentate this. I should have. Well, I should be commentating Clippers Suns, but that's neither here nor there. Really? That's actually going to lose pain. Switzerland beat Turkey 3-1. These are soccer scores. Italy beat Wales 1-0, and then Atlanta and Philadelphia were even at 2. Venezuela and Ecuador starting at 5 o'clock, 15 minutes. Oh my God, it's already 5. Wow. And Colombia and Peru starting at 8 o'clock Eastern time. We also have a golf match on right now where Russell Henley is in the lead with a -5 through 5. Is a 290.10 feet average drive. Round 4 of the U.S. Open. And there is all of your sports updates. And of course, Golden Knights and Canadiens starting at 8. And Cardinals Braves starting at 7:10, your last MLB game of the day. There's all your sports updates as we are now 2/3 of the way through the opening stage. Glad to be with us, everyone. I'm Grant Fluff from Floodsters Sports Zone. First NASCAR broadcast in quite a bit of time, about a month and a half maybe. I was going to lean towards commentating another game today for Floodsters Sports Zone, but again, since I figured this is Nashville's debut, I had to. I just had to do NASCAR for this week. But don't worry, I think my next NASCAR broadcast honestly probably won't be until July, if not, well, it'll probably be like midway through July, if not even later. I think at this point, I'm obviously kind of getting in the mood of watching baseball because obviously when like playoff games don't start until the night and stuff and I have nothing to watch in the afternoon, I just want to commentate some baseball. And even tomorrow, I might even commentate some baseball tomorrow afternoon. Will it be the full game? I have no idea, but I might even hop on YouTube and commentate a few innings of a game tomorrow afternoon. I don't know yet. I am on summer break officially. Friday was my last day of school, so I at least have much more time to broadcast now. I just got to remember, do it on YouTube. Unfortunately, not StreamYard. Okay. Larson and Busch, again, your top 2 drivers, and Larson in front, heading off into turn 3, and away they go into turn 4. Where Larson will remain in front now heading in to lap 63. And here is Kurt Busch on the inside trying to hold off Logano for 5th. Amarola dropped from 3rd to 7th. Now he's currently in a fight with 7th with Eric Jones. Here's Chase Elliott trying to pass Busch on the inside. Not so great history between Elliott and Busch, especially dating back to last year's race. Almirola will block a man off, and now here is Elliott with the pass on the inside for Busch. Getting second, and now Ricky Stenhouse also right there with Busch. Oh, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Well, is he going to try to give Busch a bump draft here? I think so. Look at this. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. trying to help him out. Yeah, Pedigree Foundation. That's Kyle Busch's sponsor. Okay, it's dog food or something. According to London, it's dog food, so I'll take his word for it. 26 laps to go in the opening stage, and again, Stenhouse will try and make a move on Kyle Busch. We shall see. Kurt Busch, Kyle's brother, is sitting in 5th, so maybe we can have some Busch brother magic. You never know, maybe. Actually, it looks like Kurt Busch is catching up to Stenhouse quicker than Stenhouse is catching up to Kyle. Here comes Stenhouse. On the inside, and there he goes. For 5th goes Stenhouse, and here come the Busch brothers. Or Kurt can just blow by Kyle. That works too. Busch stayed on the outside. Kurt now on the inside. And now it'll be the other way around. Busch will try to pass. Kyle will try to pass Kurt, rather. Oh, and Busch is going to get 6th. Kyle. I wanted to just say their last name, but I'm like, oh, it's both of them. I can't, say Busch. I have to say Kurt or Kyle. So Kyle took 4th on that one. Now Kyle will stay in 4th. Here comes Logano trying to move his way up to 5th, trying to pass Kurt. And Logano will head past turn 2 and into the back straightaway they go. Logano now going just under 130 miles an hour, and that'll go up to about 150. Actually, over 170. Over 180? Yes. Oh, he just clipped 180, and now he's going to slow back down to about 120. I'll pick back up again. Larson now over a 2nd lead against Larson, and here's Almirola on the outside, passing Logano for 6th. Looks like J.J. Haley and Truex having a good battle for 14th. That keeps on switching back and forth. Right now, Truex in 14th. Expected Justin Haley, though, in the 77. He started in 27th, and now he's worked his way up to 15th. So he's having a pretty good race regardless. Because we're still focusing on Logano's car. Now he's going 160 as he passes the finish line. And again, it looks like he goes up to 179, occasionally 180, and they'll slow back down. Here's Bubba Wallace on the inside pass to Harvick. So Harvick was in 5th, had a pit stop, and now he's dropped to 23rd. That's not good. That paint scheme should not be in 23rd. Here comes Harvick again, though, for 22nd on the inside, and now he's going to try to pass Bubba Wallace. I would have never guessed that Bubba Wallace sponsors PetSmart. That's where I got a couple of my pet fishes back in the day. But yeah, I would have never expected that. Looking at that paint scheme, I would have never knew it was PetSmart until I saw the little PetSmart on the side of the car. Now 18 laps to go. Larson in front. Just about 2 seconds ahead of Elliott. Almirola trying to pass Busch here on the outside. He's trying to get 5th. He's trying to break up the Busch brother magic, although Kurt's way ahead of Kyle at this point. So the Busch magic wasn't working. Busch actually scraped the wall a little bit. I think he lost control of his rear tires. He almost hit the wall. Down to 16 laps to go here in the opening stages. We head back to commercial break. All right. Let's see if there's anything else I could post on my Instagram right now, but we have been kind of news dry the past couple of days. No, that's not big enough news for me to post. Okay. All right, what's up, Von Hook? Thanks for stopping by. Looks like commercial break's wrapping up right about now. Oh, and it does with a Chris Buescher caution. There's 12 to go in the stage, and it looks like Haley gets in a crash along with Chris Buescher. I guess we'll get to see what happened here on the replay. Haley and Buescher, they both hit the wall at the exact same time. What is going on? Maybe it wasn't Quinn Hughes' fault after all. First it was Hughes, then Blaney, and now both Haley and Buescher. They're just riding into that turn one wall. I don't know why. But that has caused 3 cautions. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that wall. Buescher trying to repair his car. Haley's still on the track, it looks like. Oh, no, now he's heading into the pits. And yeah, Buescher already in his pit box. Already a lot of his paint got off. Not a good wreck there. Yeah, watching the U.S. golf tournament. Nice. I wouldn't mind commentating golf. It's just I don't know it well enough to commentate it. Yeah, that is I don't know. Something's up with that turn one wall. I don't know what's up with it. Yeah, I did hear Oliver Ekman-Larson might go to the Bruins. I doubt it, but if he does, great. But if he doesn't, I certainly ain't going to be upset about that. Whoa, Chase Elliott refuses to go into the pits. He was going in the pits, and then he quickly turned out. All right, Elliott. Almost causing a crash, but he avoids the pit stop. And Oliver Ekman-Larsson go to the Bruins. Yeah, that's the defenseman the Bruins need to make it far in the playoffs, but at the same time, we're going to have to probably unload that forward core a little bit. What do you mean I'm fine? Nick Ritchie can go. Andre Cash can go. Sean Corrali, I like, but he can go. DeBrusk, another one who I would like to keep around, but worst comes to worst, trade. Krejci, preferably resign, but if it's more than a 1-year deal, I wouldn't. Same with Rask. If it's more than a 1-year deal, I would not sign that deal. I don't know. I feel like the Bruins are just going to start to clear up salary cap room. They're going to sign Pasternak to that bloated 8-year contract, and I don't know what's going to happen. I think Larson predicted Bruss. That would be highway robbery. The Coyotes would not do that. No. I mean, as a Bruins fan, please do it, but let's be real. Coyotes are not doing that. I would say, if the Bruins are going to make a trade with the Coyotes, I want them to get Clayton Keller or Connor Grantland or both, all three. Make a blockbuster. Why not? Since I could talk about Power Skate show on Wednesday. Thank you, Vaughn. I'll go do my blockbuster Bruins Coyotes mock trade on Power Skate now. I'll do that because I don't know. I just came up with it now. But yeah, I'm thinking like it could be DeBrusk, Charlie Coyle, like DeBoral and Carlo to the Coyotes for Ekman-Larsson, Grantland, Keller, and maybe the Bruins have to add in like a 3rd-round pick or something. I don't know. I would do that. I mean, at least the Coyotes would get Carlo and Coyle and DeBrusk. Zaboral, he'll probably get starting time in Arizona. Definitely get more use playing with the Coyotes than he would staying here in Boston. I don't know. I like Jacob Zaboral, but he's too injury prone. All right. We're back in commercial break. Still 7-2 Royals over the Red Sox and still 8-2 Astros over the White Sox. And still 2-0 Cubs over the Marlins. The Twins being the Tigers, or the Rangers rather, 4-2, bottom of the 7th. Tigers being the Angels 1-0, top of the 3rd. Bottom of the 3rd, Giants being the Phillies 3-2. Top of the 6th, Brewers being the Rockies 5-0. Reds and Padres scoreless, bottom of the 3rd. Dodgers up 4-0 over the Diamondbacks on the top of the 3rd. And the Mariners have a 1-0 lead over the Rays on the top of the 4th. So even if the Red Sox do lose tonight, as long as the Rays lose, Red Sox remain first place. Oh, John Duncan, yeah. You probably hate Jake DeBrusk. I don't. Listen, Jake DeBrusk, worst shootout player in the league. I don't hate Jake DeBrusk, but whatever you do, do not put him in the shootout. He can't score a breakaway goal to save his life or a shootout goal or anything. If Jake DeBrusk is going to score, he has to crash the net. Or he's going to have to actually hit a wrist shot on goal. Only 2 ways he's scoring. He's not scoring a one-timer, and he sure as hell ain't scoring on a backhand forehand breakaway. There is no way he does. I don't hate Jake DeBrusk, but no. If the Bruins can trade him, yeah, I would do it. I wouldn't trade DeBrusk away for nothing. Like, if they're just going to get like a 6th-round pick for him back, then I'd rather keep DeBrusk. But at the same time, if they can make a trade like for Arizona to acquire someone like Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Clayton Keller, or Connor Grantland, do it. You include Jake DeBrusk in that trade. I don't know. DeBrusk got a lot of upside, but honestly, I just don't see DeBrusk. I just see him as like Alex Galchenyuk. Like a high pick who's serviceable. He's not awful. He's not great. He's just, your average third-line player. I mean, whether he stays in Boston or not, Jake DeBrusk is just the right-wing version of Alex Galchenyuk. There is nothing to that. That is all I have to say. Yeah, Blaney finished with his post-game interview. He's a little upset, of course, that his car wrecked. That's 4 cars again. 4 cars heading off into turn 1 and smacking the wall. So something is up with that, for sure. All right. So by the time we get to the restart, I think we'll have about 5 laps left in the stage, which is perfect. We can kind of have a 5-lap shootout for chase points. There we go. Looks like we're ready to get back underway here with 5 to go. Hopefully we can go caution-free and head to stage 2. Take a look again here on the replay. And there's quite a bit of smoke coming off the tires. Yeah, Blaney hitting the wall. Same thing with Haley. The driver. No, I'm Chris Buescher. All right. Back to the restart with 5 to go. Reddick's out there. That's another one. He didn't hit off the wall. It was the other caution, but we'll have a restart with 5 to go, and it's Kurt Busch against Chase Elliott on the pole, and Kurt Busch on the inside takes the lead only to turn 1, though. Elliott's all over him. As we head down the back straightaway, Kurt Busch is still in front, barely, though. My goodness. Oh, Elliott takes the lead on the outside, and Elliott's going to pull away. Busch gonna try to get there. Now he's gonna try to switch from the inside to the outside. My goodness. And then Larson gets lost in the shuffle. So does Benedetto. 3 wide heading into turn 1. Midway through the lane. It was Larson. Will make the pass on the outside to Eric Jones for 5th, and Brad Keselowski in the fray. Keselowski's kind of been on the bottom of the track all race long so far, but he's starting to pick up momentum at the last second. How about this? Daniel Suarez in 3rd. His coming out party has been a tremendous one. Again, owned by Pitbull, the American pop star. He's done well for him, honestly. Suarez, I'm shocked Suarez didn't get the fan vote for the All-Star race. Oh, Kyle Busch hit Austin Dillon, and he almost spun out. He's going to use that to his advantage. Go on the inside and pass Jones, and now he's in a dogfight with 5th for Keselowski. There's 3 to go. Here comes Larson on the outside, passing Suarez. Busch on the inside will make the pass on Keselowski for 5th. Down to the final 2 to go in the first stage. Here is Logano on the outside, making the pass on Eric Jones for 9th. And now Benedetto also enters into the top 10, passing Jones. And now Denny Hamlin trying to poke his nose through and potentially get a top 10 finish himself. Oh my goodness, still off the track for a minute. Keselowski's going to pass him on the outside, and look like Stenhouse will try to follow suit as Elliott leads this final lap of stage 1. Logano trying to squeeze through the middle between his Penske teammate Keselowski and Stenhouse. And now Logano's going to pass Keselowski on the inside for 8th. As there's your stage win. It goes to Chase Elliott, with Kurt Busch in 2nd, Kyle Larson in 3rd, Daniel Suarez 4th, and Kyle Busch 5th. And rounding out the top 10, Austin Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who had a tremendous stage, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, and Matt Benedetto. Eric Almirola and Denny Hamlin on the out, and Eric Jones, those three drivers on the outside looking in. Chase Elliott wins stage one. Last year's winner for Hendrick Motorsports. The Napa Know-How is off to a good start. All right. I'm just kind of worried that Christian Arroyo just got hurt for the Red Sox. I'll go check on what's up with him. Right shin bone bruise. Left hamstring tightness. I'm hearing multiple injuries. Arroyo. I don't know. So I got follow Floodsters Sports on Instagram. I'll keep you updated on the Christian Arroyo injury if he's going to be out long term. If he's only out for like a week, I'm not going to post it. But if he's out for like a couple of months, then yeah, I'll post it. Anyway, to round off the opening stage, we have Chase Elliott, Kurt Busch, Daniel Suarez, and others heading into the pits. Suarez to begin his pit stop first. Busch then shortly after. Now Elliott beginning his. Suarez and Busch already now working on the right side of his car. Now Elliott, they switch to his right side as well. And Suarez is out 14.6 seconds. Kurt Busch 12.7, and Elliott, I think, was just about 12 as well. Yeah, Elliott's just got finished right behind Busch for third coming out of the pits. Suarez in first in that category. Take a look at the grass cam. Take a look at Eric Jones in the 43, which was driven by the legendary Richard Petty back in the day. Then Eric Almirola drove it for a little bit, and now it's Eric Jones. All right. All right. Let's take a look at some, I guess, Truck Series and Xfinity Series results back at this track. So the Xfinity Series started off here in 2001, the Pepsi 300. Greg Biffle and Scott Riggs won in 01. 02 it became the Inside Tracks 300. Jack Sprague won that race. Then 2003 we had the Pepsi 300 and the Dacus Chrome 300. David Green and Scott Riggs won those. 2004, I'm not going to, they changed the names a lot. Actually, no, they don't. This is the last name change. Pepsi 300 still in April for Michael Waltrip won that one. And then in June, they changed it to the Federate Auto Parts 300. Jason LaFleur won that one in 04. Again, this is Xfinity Series results. 2005, Clint Boyer and Kevin Harvick. Okay, that's good winners. 2006, Carl Edwards. 2007, Carl Edwards twice. 2008, Scott Wimmer and Brad Keselowski. 2009, Joey Logano and Kyle Busch. 2010, Kevin Harvick and Brad Keselowski. 2011, Carl Edwards won them both. And then again, Kyle Busch yesterday. Truck Series. They only raced here once in August. 01 was Scott Riggs. 02 was Mike Bliss. 2003, Carl Edwards. 2004, Bobby Hamilton. 2005, David Rudiman. That's a name I haven't heard in ages. 2006, Johnny Benson Jr. Okay, we're getting into nostalgia here. 2007, Travis Kvapil. He had the Burger King sponsored car with like the smoothies on the side of the car. Yeah, that's a sick paint scheme for the Burger King. 2008, Johnny Benson. 2009, Ron Hornaday Jr. 2010, Kyle Busch and Todd Bondi. 2011, Kyle Busch and Austin Dillon. And, of course, the truck race this Friday, Ryan Preece. And even in IndyCar, we had some results. Buddy Laser in 2001. 2002 was Alex Barron. 2003 and 2004, back-to-back Brazilians won. 2003 was Gil D. Fernan, and 2004 was Tony Condon. Dino Finchetti out of Great Britain in 2005, and then 2006, 2008, we had them from, I believe that's New Zealand. Yep. Scott Dixon won 3 straight. Well, props to Scott Dixon. Also, the Lakers and Suns are tied at 93 at the end of the third. Keep you updated on that game. As lap 98 of Nashville Speedway, we resume with stage 2. 202 laps remaining in this one. And here comes Kyle Larson off the bump draft from Joey Logano. And Larson's going to cut ahead of Kyle Busch. Busch wanting to go on the inside to make the pass, and Larson's going to shut the door on him. Logano now in third, ahead of both Stenhouse and Hamlin. Denny Hamlin fighting in the top 5. He finished stage 1, I believe, in 11th. Here's Matt Benedetto passing Ross Chastain for 6th on the inside. And here's Hamlin. One go up against Logano. A good rivalry there. Hamlin trying to go in on the inside. He's got the inside for 4th. Denny Hamlin. Larson remaining in front, though. Busch nearing a second behind. Benedetto will give up track position to Logano for 5th. Benedetto squeezed through the middle. Look at this. Austin Dillon now cutting off Truex. Here is, trying to pass him on the outside there. A good attempt, but ultimately no pass. We're in the back of the pack here. Yeah, that was, I was trying to make the pass there, but 38. Trying to make the pass there was Anthony Alfredo. Yeah, the rookie trying to make the move. And here's Alfredo now being bump drafted by Truex, and now Truex is going to go to the way outside, and he's going to pass both Alfredo and Ryan Newman, or at least he'll try to pass Newman. And Newman gets away from him. And Stenhouse on the inside for 2nd. There's no way. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is currently in 2nd place. We are living in some type of ultra universe. Never happens. Let's take a look at Martin Truex Jr. Is he heading into pit road? Is he also having issues? Oh, he must have been speeding. Yep. Now he's currently at 26. He had to suffer the pit road entry fee, and now he had to wait in there for a lap. So now he's in 26th, 27th, going about 170 miles an hour. Crew Chief James Small, spotter Drew Herring. For Truex and the Toyota Camry, again, he won 5 weeks ago in a night race. What's up, Alex? Thanks for stopping by. Hope your Sunday's going well. I know that the Orioles lost, but the Nationals won, so you got to be kind of happy about those results. It looks like the Capitals have been making some minor transactions the past couple of days that making you happy, so that's good. Bruins have done nothing but re-sign Austin Blythe, something I did not want them to do. So I'm already going to have a fun time on Power Skate this Wednesday. Not good. The offseason hasn't even officially started yet, and the Bruins are already making me question them. So annoying. Shane Gresh is a capital. There you go. Inland now battling his way up to 3rd, passing Kyle Busch for that position. And Stenhouse is still in 2nd. He's 2 seconds behind Larson. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to be playing Brass Bonanza a couple of times on Wednesday. Rob Rendemore and Jakob Slavin got some hardware, so we'll certainly be playing some Brass Bonanza and talking about the Hurricanes on Wednesday. Of course, if you saw on my Instagram when Jakob Slavin won the Lady Bing Award, I put him in the Whalers reverse retro or alternate jerseys because that's not technically the reverse retro. So yeah. Oh, you're gonna be busy on Wednesday and Thursday? Well, can we do it Tuesday? We can do it Tuesday then. That's fine. Yeah, as long as we don't do it Monday, we're cool. Wednesday. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so Power Skate might be on Tuesday this week, or at least I hope, because I can't do it Monday. Yeah, we can do it Tuesday. Cool. All right, so Power Skate usually, of course, on Wednesday, but we'll switch it to Tuesday for this week. Alex is busy, and all right, now I might be able to commentate Montreal and Vegas on Wednesday. All right, that'll be game 6 of that series. Oh, Montreal might win that series. All right. And I'll be game 5. I'm getting ahead of myself. That's game 5. I don't know if it'll be game 6. Now I'm confusing myself. Whatever. Busch remaining ahead of Logano here. Yeah, Logano and Busch are already 5 seconds behind Larson. I don't like this track. I just don't. We have 195 laps left. It's already been an hour and a half, and we're only done with one stage. That's because of the cautions. I don't know. Well, there's Logano. Passing Bush on the inside for fourth. Good pass. Oh, there you go, Alex. Good job. Congrats. Hope you do well. Hanging out with your girl. You're doing better than me. Because I have a girlfriend, but virtual. Fully virtual relationship life for me. And I don't talk to any girls at my school, so there you go. You're one-upping me. Kyle Busch had 9 laps led at the very beginning, and now he's dropped down to 5th. And again, like I mentioned, he's out 7 seconds behind. We gotta. I don't even know what to say anymore about the whole. Because obviously they're on a winning streak, Hendrick Motorsports, but you're seriously not going to test Kyle Larson's car. Obviously they test him after every race, but there's no way you win. Well, if you hold on to this one, you win 3 in a row. Hold up. You gotta start thoroughly checking these cars. I'm not saying they're cheating, because if they're that good, then obviously props to them, but something just doesn't seem realistic here. All right, now we're in commercial. What's I don't know. Don't have to. It's tough to explain the whole Larson situation because you just gotta thoroughly test these guys. When they get hot, you just gotta test them. That's all. Just extra test them. Because if I hear reports saying, "Oh, he hasn't cheated," I haven't heard any reports saying he's not cheating, but I haven't heard any reports that he is. I don't know what to believe necessarily. But I will say, you gotta thoroughly check it. Or maybe NASCAR is just keeping it under the rug. I have no idea. But you gotta do something. There's obviously one thing, oh, well, if the Steelers, when they were 11-0, they didn't get drug tests and stuff. Well, here's the thing. Football and NASCAR are 2 completely different things. NASCAR, you have your driver and your car, your crew chief, spotter, and pit crew. That's it. Football, you have 53 men. In NASCAR, you have pretty much crew chief, owner, driver, kind of crew chief, but technically the crew chief, they would have everything to do with it if they're cheating. Such a different animal. And it's just so much easier to assume that someone's cheating in NASCAR more than other sports. Well, regardless, we are back here in Nashville Superspeedway. My apologies if I call it Nashville Motor Speedway. It's Superspeedway. And it has a pretty wide track, like a Superspeedway. However, it is not like the typical speedways like Daytona and Talladega. It's apparently way more boring. I mean, yeah, this is ridiculous. Larson, 29 laps into the stage. Stenhouse 2 seconds behind in second. That's already kind of boring enough. And then in fifth place, or excuse me, in third, who's 5 seconds behind, you have Hamlin. Fourth place, Ross Chastain, which is incredible. He's in fourth place, but he's 8 seconds behind. Larson's just crushing the competition. He is taking no prisoners. Yeah, season 4 can be the start of the draft. Yeah, we can start season 4 at the start of the draft. That's fine. Yeah, if you have an idea, I'm more than welcome to hear it, Alex. You go for it. By the way, Daniel Suarez currently is 16th, now dropping his speed from 140 to 120 miles an hour. He has to make the turn, and now down he goes. Top 10 favorite prospects for each team. All right. Yeah, that's a cool idea. I'll certainly have to do a lot of research into that. But yeah, I'd be down for doing that. And I guess we could just dedicate a whole episode talking about prospects. That wouldn't be a bad idea. There'd have to be dudes in the AHL though, right? Like, they would pretty much have to be dudes in the AHL. Like, for the Bruins guys, say, like, Dan Vladar and, like, Jeremy Swayman. Or do those guys don't really count? They're probably going to have to be, like, Providence players. Josh Palicki about to get put another lap down. Oh, yeah. But we have to wait, yeah. Yeah, so pretty much just minor league dudes. Okay, that's cool. All right, well, I could be able to come up with the Providence Bruins. That's about it. Larson's still in front here. We're already 34 laps done out of the 95 lap stage. I'm honestly hoping the stage doesn't like exceed like 55. But of course, if we have cautions, that's not going to happen. MLB score update. The Cubs beat the Marlins 2-0, and the Astros beat the White Sox 8-2. Oh my goodness. The Rockies. What? No way. Milwaukee just blew that game. Milwaukee was up 6-0, and they just blew it. In the 6th inning alone. I might be doing an extra game update, a game alert on Instagram. That's incredible. How the hell do you allow 6 runs in an inning to the Colorado Rockies? That's rough. All right, 6-2 Giants over the Phillies, 1-1 Tigers, Angels, 3-0 Padres over the Reds. Dodgers beating the Diamondbacks 7-0 shocker, and Mariners still beating the Rays 1-0. I'm really going over the score. The race is still on. Yeah, this is this just races. It was what I was expecting it to be. It was just going to be Larson dominating, which is pretty unfortunate, but I don't know what it is. Here's Austin Dillon trying to do something here for 20th, or for 19th. He's going to try past Benedetto on the outside. You know if you're able to do it. Benedetto in the last 15 laps been averaging about 150 147 miles an hour, but on that last lap, he averaged 142. Harvick now is in 23rd a little bit ago. Has worked his way up to 7th. Almirola now in 8th. Almirola started on the pole with Kyle Busch. Kind of fell off a little bit. Busch in 6th, Almirola in 8th. What's up, Jeffrey? Thanks for stopping by. So we now hit lap 39 of this stage, lap 129 overall. We are 21 laps away from the halfway mark. We're going to head to commercial break. I was already kind of going over the MLB scores. I mean, God, the Brewers. The Brewers just blew a 6-0 lead to the Rockies. Like, we got to talk about that. Still about this. They still haven't gotten a... Oh, there's 2 outs. Oh, good God. What even happened? Hold on. Milwaukee was up 1-0. Yelich grounded out. But they scored on the run-in. Then Yelich scored to make it 2-0. That was 4-0. Wong homered. And JVJ scored. That was 5-0. JVJ scored again off another RBI by Wong. That was 6-0 as Fisher scored. Then, it was 6-2. Daz scored. Or scored a homer, rather. Okay, and then Trevor Story homered. Left off full count. All right, then, it's 6-5. CJ Cronus the home run. And then Flutes hits the home run. And now the inning's over, but oh my God. Ridiculous. Oh, the Diamondbacks on the board, so it's now 7-1. Pujols with 2 hits and 3 RBIs. Yeah, Pujols is playing insane right now. He's just been playing insane since getting DFA'd by the Angels. If anything, that actually helped him out in the long run. Red Sox Royals, a game I would like to forget about. That's for sure. Yeah, not a great game there for Boston. They won 2 out of 3. So I'll give the Red Sox a little bit of credit, but they didn't. They could have showed up a little bit better today. Next Sunday, they're racing at the Poconos. I will not be commentating the race next week. And Bubba Wallace and his left tire pops as we have our 6th caution, I believe. A lap 133, and the flattened tire of Wallace. He's going to get that changed here on the pit stop. Looks like just Wallace kind of spun out a little bit after his tire popped, and now he's on the pits. He's going to go get that changed. We're ready to approach 45 of 95 on the stage 2. We're about to reach the halfway mark of this second stage. And now we're going to have Larson, Stenhouse, Hamlin, Chastain, Logano, Busch, Harvick, Bell, and others heading to the pits. Logano for the pit change. It's his pit box first. Already working on his right side. They were just fixing the front tires. Yeah, they don't fix the back tires. They just fix the front. Hamlin already now 11 seconds. Now 12.5 seconds on his pit stop. Larson and Senna started at the exact same time. And Larson's going to be done with it. 11.7 seconds. Stenhouse 13.2. We're off pit road. Larson stays in front of him. Moves up one spot. Push moves up 3 spots. Stenhouse moves down 2. Logano stays the same in 5th. Harvick moves up 1/6. And now there's a tire on the grass. And that's going to certainly be a penalty. Oh, it came from out of one of the middle pit boxes. I don't know whose tire that was, but whoever's tire rolled across the pit road there and landed into the grass, that's certainly going to be a penalty of some sort. All right, Suns and Clippers. What's the score update on that? So 7-3 bottom of the 8th. Oh my goodness. It is 109 to 101. With 4:46 left. Suns in front of the Clippers. Oh my! Please be Suns and Bucks. That would just be a good finals. I'd be happy with whoever wins. Honestly, I gotta be real with you. I want the Milwaukee Bucks to win the championship. I respect Giannis. I like Jrue Holiday. Chris Middleton is a very underappreciated player. I honestly want the Bucks or the Suns to win. The Clippers, I mean, if they won, cool. They never won. Like, they never win. So basically, them winning the NBA championship would be like when the Capitals or Blues won the Stanley Cup Finals. So, okay. Fair. At least if the Clippers win, all right, Kawhi gets a ring. I'd be cool with that. Same with Paul George. And then they get to win their first championship. That'd be cool. The winner of the 76ers Hawks series, like, I don't really, I mean, if Philadelphia wins rather than not win. If the Hawks win, that would be just an incredible underdog story, but I don't like Trae Young at all. I don't like Trae Young. I like the Hawks, but not Trae Young, so I don't know. They make me not want to root for the Hawks that much. All the Hawks win tonight, but then they get steamrolled by Milwaukee. That's how I want that to go. Now it's 111 to 104 Suns. All right, 48 to 95. It's like Trooks is getting back into the mix. That's Timmy Hill. Timmy Hill's like the one driver that's worse than Quinn Ewers. What is he? Hill. 66. Where's 66? I don't see him. Anyway, we're getting back to the restart. Oh, yeah, there he is. Oh, no, it's Chad. Yeah, right. So I guess Timmy Hill's not racing today. That's for the better. All right. Busch and Larson battling it up with the lead like it has been pretty much all race long. And Busch going to try to take the lead on the outside. They're side by side. And Larson's just going to pull away. He had the advantage on the outside lane, and here he goes. He's trying to pull ahead of Busch a little bit. Here is William Byron. Pass up ahead. Going down low. Now here is Stenhouse, who will pass Hamlin on the inside. Here's Logano now. Also trying to pass Hamlin on the inside for fifth. He will do so. And now Hamlin would go fight back there. And look at Stenhouse. He's just been sitting in the top three all day long. Yeah, I give Stenhouse a lot of credit here. Whoa, he nudges Busch. Oh, why? I mean, Stenhouse. He's trying to make enemies with the worst possible person. You don't mess around with Kyle Busch. That's first and foremost. Stenhouse, he's honestly been having a better car than Kyle Busch this afternoon. Who would have thought? Yeah, Larson's already second head. Oh, my goodness. This is just annihilation. Kyle Larson's winning this race unless there's a green-white checkered. This is the only way Larson does not. I don't want to gripe or nothing. I know there's still half a race to go, but this has been all Larson. Logano now will try to make the pass on Hamlin. Hamlin will stay in fourth, though. And now Harvick in the picture will come in sixth. Well, it looked like Logano may scrape the wall for a second. Whoa, Hamlin goes off the track. And then Harvick almost spun out Logano real quickly. Oh, my goodness. That would have been something there. Harvick. On the inside, won't make the pass. You're just going to stick next to Logano. Had to make that pass. I don't know why he didn't. Side by side, Logano will give up track position just for a brief moment. They head into turn one. Harvick now pulls ahead of Logano for fifth. Almirola on the inside, passing William Byron for sixth. Take a look at the playoff standings at this point. So Larson, Truex, Bowman, Logano, Blaney, Elliott, Kyle Busch, William Byron, Brad Keselowski, Christian Bell, and Michael McDowell are your top 11 in the chase points. And then Hamlin leading all the drivers without a win. The fact that Hamlin won, 7 races last year, and he hasn't even won one yet this year, it's ridiculous. And obviously, Hamlin's shot to win the championship was last year. If he didn't do it, it wasn't going to last that long. But, we didn't know how much longer it was going to last. He shot the championship. I thought this year would have came out much better. We would have definitely had about 2 or 3 wins by now, but I guess not. Now Larson is about to pull ahead 2 seconds of Stenhouse. Trying to do something here. Excuse me. Is there a way to share my screen? No, it won't be this. Might be this. No, it wouldn't. All right, well, they're in a commercial break, but they're heading into the split screen. I'm trying to see how I can get the split screen. On this thing again, this is where StreamYard comes into handy because right now I'd just be flying through the topics because this race is not worth covering until the final 20 laps. So obviously this is an episode of Floodsters Sports Zone. Oh, and the Rocky Royals officially beat the Red Sox 7-3. All right, we're gonna waste no time. We're just gonna get into the topics because again, this was kind of my thing. I know some NASCAR races can be lopsided. This is one of them. I'm not going to sugarcoat it or nothing. This is just being complete Kyle Larson domination. And this isn't technically an episode of Fletcher Sports Zone. So we're just going to start ripping through the topics. I'll obviously, if there's a lead change or a caution or a pit stop, I'll obviously announce that. But I think we're just going to plow through here and just start breezing through the topics. And again, unless something very interesting happens, I ain't going to really comment on the race that much because it would just be way more entertaining to watch me recapping the news than me trying to cover this race. I mean, again, Larson, just a second he gets ahead, he just stays ahead. It's like there is no catching up to him unless there's a caution. All right. So first things first. I already mentioned, and again, some of the hockey topics I'm kind of repeating from Power Skate, but it's whatever. Stars defenseman Stephen Jones has retired at age 29 to help with others fighting depression all across the world. He's currently roller skating across the world. And I think that's incredible. If you want to fight, a worldwide issue like depression by retiring your hockey career, reportedly because he had tons of concussions and he just wants to live his life and inspire people, I think that's outstanding. And good for Stephen Jones. He has my respect. I don't know how to rollerblade, but if I did, I would certainly join him in his movement. Just congrats to him, really. God bless him. He's definitely traveled far. Been traveling around Texas and such, so big props to him. And hopefully he can just continue to do well and continue to be an inspiration to many across the world. I mean, that is just tremendous. Just tremendous work paying off. being a successful hockey player, and then you can, just roller skate across the world to try to help people out. That's just incredible. All right. The Suns to beat the Nuggets. I already mentioned this. 125 to 118 in Game 4. Especially after like a night or two after they announced that Nikola Jokic was the MVP. I was very surprised to see Denver swept out of the playoffs. I knew Phoenix was going to win the series, but I thought Phoenix was going to win the series in 6. The fact that Denver, got swept, again, they weren't with full strength. They were without Jamal Murray the entire playoffs. So credit to them. They still played incredible, but at the same time, I don't know. I felt could at least won maybe a game. I mean, maybe they win 2 with Murray. So just Nikola Jokic, they win 1. I guess that wasn't the case, but I honestly thought it was going to be. But I guess not. It is what it is. All right. Patriots corner Stephon Gilmore will miss mandatory minicamp recovering from a partial torn quad. I've heard other reports that it's because of contract dispute. I personally think it's because of kind of both. Obviously, he wants to heal up from his injury, but at the same time, he wants to get paid. He sold his house in Massachusetts sometime during last regular season. He also was coming off, he was on the COVID protocol list through some of the season as well. Gilmore still believes he's the top 5 corner in the league. I still think he's the top 3 corner in the league. I don't know about 1 anymore. I'd probably say Jari Alexander gets my cornerback 1. But, ultimately, yeah. It's been very impressive, Gilmore. He was always good with the Bills, but he was never good enough. Joins with the Patriots, he's good enough. And he's cemented a legacy that I don't know would bring him to the Hall of Fame per se, but definitely a rememberable career. So props to Stephon Gilmore there. But yeah, he's going to be out of camp. I mean, listen, again, you want to recover from an injury, that I get. If it's over a contract dispute, I kind of get it too. He's in his 30s. He wants to, play a couple more years at the top level. So I get why he wants to get paid, if that's the reason why he's sitting out. But again, if he didn't get that injury, then I don't really know if he sits out. I don't know. We only have a battle for third. Kyle Busch and Eric Almirola with 23 laps to go in the second stage. I guess we'll have the race for a little bit here. Yeah, Larson's just 4 seconds ahead. And now Almirola's pulling ahead from Busch. So we're back to covering the news. Okay. So going over other news now. All right. Oh, yeah. The Eagles signed Nick Mullins to projected 1-year deal. I like Nick Mullins, but okay. Yeah, I like him. At the same time, it's like, well, he's going to be a third string. And he really should be a second string. I think he honestly made a mistake signing with the Eagles. Joe Flacco's clearly better than Nick Mullins, and obviously Jalen Hurts is starting. So listen, Mullins was the best quarterback on the market, but at the same time, the Eagles really needed him. Like, come on. Like, I would see Mullins signing with trying to see, like, the Seahawks would make sense. Seahawks need a backup quarterback. And they could also, steal a player who used to play in the 49ers. I'm actually shocked. That's where I thought Nick Mullins was going. I thought he was going to sign with the Seahawks, but I guess not. I think another team was the Ravens. I mean, the Ravens need a backup. Wow. Before you get Trace McSorley's good. Listen, he was good in college, but he's not the best in the professional level. We can relax about Trace McSorley. So, like, Ravens make sense. Try to give another team that would make sense. The Broncos would have made sense, but since I got Teddy Bridgewater, but he's in the same boat as he would be in Philly. 49ers kept him as the third string. I don't know. They didn't want to pay him, I guess. All right. What else? Vikings could have used him. I think I already mentioned the Vikings, though. The Falcons definitely could have used him. I know the Falcons got A.J. McCarron. Like, why? A.J. McCarron is no. Cowboys, another one. Like, Nick Mullins could have signed somewhere where he could have been a QB2, but he just kind of signed his life away to be a QB3, which I don't agree with in the slightest because, like, listen, I get it. He's a veteran, but, like, it's just going to come down to him getting cut at the end of preseason because you're not going to just have someone like Nick Mullins on your practice squad. He's going to get immediately claimed the second a quarterback gets injured. Nick Mullins is going to be the first quarterback claimed. He's going to be claimed off your practice squad before you even sign a quarterback in free agency. So that's how that works there. I mean, I don't even know who is like a good free agent quarterback left. I don't even know. They're all gone. I don't think who's a good one. Don't say Kaepernick. No, shut up. If you say Colin Kaepernick, will drive me up a wall. I can't even think of a free agent quarterback right now because there's none left. They're all signed. Would have been Alex Smith, but he retired. So, ain't him. Yeah, I know what Nick Mullins is doing signing with the Eagles. I don't disagree with it, but I don't agree with it either. It's like, but I mainly disagree with it. Okay. The New York Rangers hired former Panthers and Golden Knights head coach Gerard Gallant to a 4-year deal worth $14 million. And that's a great signing. I think the Rangers definitely did themselves a favor signing Gallant, especially to do a 4-year deal. Yeah, it makes sense that they did that. Just overall, very good signing. The guy won, of course, the Jack Adams Award in 2018. And he's been well. He did well with Vegas. I felt like he was fired unfairly in Vegas, if you want my honest opinion. I felt like he shouldn't have been fired the way how he was. I don't know. Yeah, Jack Adams Award. What's up? Cue the breast finance. Yeah, we'll get to the breast finance in a second. Yeah, I was talking about Gallant getting hired by the Rangers because this race is way too boring to cover. I'm sorry, but it's not worth covering Kyle Larson leading with 5-second lead in stage 2. This race is just boring the heck out of me. Oh, I actually have a caution. I didn't even realize. Probably talking through a caution. It looked like Cole Custer popped a tire. Okay, this is interesting. Okay. We'll drop the Floodsters Sports Zone for a second. We'll go back to commentating this. There is 11 laps left in the stage, and we just had a caution. Cole Custer popped a tire. So we're back to covering NASCAR for a little bit. Okay, good. Don't think I'm afraid to go back to those topics if Larson's up by like more than 2 seconds again. I am not, because Kyle Larson's going to win this race. I think I said that at the beginning, but Kyle Larson was my pick to win. I think I was talking about Galanka inside. It was smart. Rangers are a borderline playoff team already. They finished above 500. Now with an even better coaching staff, another year under Sorokin's belt, and Adam Fox, emerging as that top 2 defenseman. And hopefully Panarin, he hopefully won't have any trouble with the law anymore, and he's going to be fine. Rangers are going to be fine. They can sneak into the playoffs. Also, Cole Custer's tire's on fire. Yeah, they were able to jack the tire off, but now it's in flames just outside the pit box. Oh, now they blow it out. There they go. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, the tire just exploded. The skin of the tire fell off of it completely. Oh my goodness. And now they gotta push Custer's car. Look at all the debris in the middle of the pit box. There's still a flame going off. Yeah, they're going to have to push Custer to the garage. Yeah, his tire popped, and that's going to ultimately lead to a caution. So now it looks like we could have a restart. Well, we're not having a restart yet. There'll probably be a restart with 8 laps left. Okay, 8 laps. Be a good 8 laps. Come on. We can't just have it's close between Larson and Kyle Busch for 2 laps, and Larson just pulls ahead and takes a 5-second lead. It's losing my interest, and quite frankly, it's losing everybody's interest. Even if you're a Larson fan, you're even like, can someone at least catch up? Like, I'm happy Larson's winning, but like, can someone catch up to make this thing watchable? Like, this has been it's a great idea going to Tennessee and stuff. I did notice my kind of one little flaw is we have to fix that first turn, I guess, heading off to turn 1. We saw 4 cars hit the wall off of that. Other than that's my only complaint, really. Other than Larson leading the majority of this race, but there's nothing you can do there. A great idea for advertising our upcoming show. What do you got? Oh, Dylan moved up 15 spots. And Briscoe moved up 11. And then Tyler Reddick moved up 9. Reddick. That's incredible. I mean, granted, he had a 2-tire pit stop, but hey, Reddick, remember, he was involved in a caution back in stage 1. Now he's going to come out of stage 2 and, we'll see what he does. Yeah, Dylan and Reddick and Briscoe, they all moved up a lot. Laps to go. I mean, it's a sold-out crowd, too. That's the other thing. This is the largest crowd I've seen in a NASCAR race in a long time. Like, this is probably the largest NASCAR crowd we've seen since the pandemic. And this is also the largest NASCAR crowd I've seen since Kyle Busch won the championship back in 2019. It's just so disappointing. We're getting a mediocre race. That's what just kind of sucks about it. Oh my goodness. Now we have Jay Collinsworth, Kyle Petty, and Dale Jarrett. Well, at least Kyle Petty and Dale Jarrett are NASCAR legends. Cal Collinsworth. That Chris Collinsworth kid? Oh my God. Is that Chris? Wait a minute. Hold on. I mean, that would make sense because Chris Collinsworth also works for NBC. Yeah. Is that Chris Collinsworth's? No. No, it's not. That's crazy, though. No, that's not Chris Collinsworth kid. I thought it was, but I guess it's not. Oh, man. It kind of looked like him a little bit. With the golden hair. But yet again, wouldn't he be in like his... Well, he looks like he's in his 30s. I don't know. I just looked up on Wikipedia. It's not, but that's incredible, though. Collinsworth, work for NBCSN. I don't know. Yeah, this is a ridiculously sold out crowd. I mean, it's obviously not sold out, but regardless, the attendance is incredible. There's got to be at least 50,000. They showed up more to this than they did for the Houston Oilers games back in the late 90s. I had to throw in a Titans joke. Oh, the Jaguars fan to me. Yeah, hold on. What's this NASCAR? How many people have showed up here? I don't know how to check. That sucks. I would say it's at least 50, 60,000, if not more. And Chase Briscoe is your leader. Larson's not even no, he's in third. I was about to say Larson's not even in the top 20, but he's literally in third. Oh, well, we already know Larson's going to win this stage. Although Chase Elliott did win stage one. Crazy enough, remember, the stage one win was Elliott. Well, we had 6 to go in this stage, and we have about a little over 100 laps left in the last stage. So this racing going to end until 8 o'clock probably. That's cool. Anyway, stage 2, hopefully the wrap-up. 5 laps to go. Briscoe leads him to the line, and Elliott coming way out of the left lane to work up track. And Briscoe now in front with 5 to go. Larson already in second. Hamlin now going through the middle, going in fourth. Larson going to catch up to Briscoe here. As Briscoe leads his first lap. Larson right on his tail, though. Briscoe trying to hold him off. Larson to the inside. No, they go side by side down the back straightaway. Briscoe at least giving him a challenge, but it's going to be Larson. Here's Busch on the inside, passing Hamlin. He's now in 7th. Now in 8th as he's trapped behind Hamlin. He can't go anywhere, really. Look at that, almost 3 wide there between Kurt Busch, Logano, and I couldn't tell the other driver. Here's Reddick. He's coming up the track. He was in second. Well, he came in second off of pit road. And now he's dropped all the way back down to 15th and counting. Oh, my God, now 16th, maybe 17th if Suarez can get the pass off. Oh, my goodness. And he looks like he's going to stay in 15th for right now. 2 laps to go. Larson's already a second ahead. I picked the wrong race to commentate. I picked the worst one possible to commentate. Ouch. Sorry, y'all. I could be doing the Suns and Clippers, but I was thinking, Tennessee, it's the first time they're racing here in a Cup Series race. This will be so much fun. And listen, I'm having fun, but the race itself could be 20 times more entertaining. Kyle Larson, I mean, if there was any shocker, he's going to win stage 2. That'd be a good fight for second. Dylan will edge out Briscoe for second. Then Byron comes in fourth, and then Kyle Busch in fifth. Yeah, Suns beat the Clippers 120 to 114. Yep. All right. So Larson takes the stage 2 win. So absolutely no one's surprised. And now Larson, most stage wins this season all time. Larson in 12th is tied with 2019 Kyle Busch for 4th all time. 2017 Kyle Busch in 14th, and looked like 2019 Martin Truex Jr. was tied with, I want to say, 2019 or 2018 Kevin Harvick. Oh, Larson's definitely breaking the stage wins. We have a little under half the season remaining. He's getting that record. Briscoe now on his pit stop. Water here. Reddick also getting a pit stop. There's some smoke coming out of his car, though. Busch and Byron bumping and grinding each other as they finish. Looks like Byron's going to get 4th and Busch 5th. All right. I'll hold off from resuming the sports news. I don't really want to go up to the sports news if, the race gets boring, which, it's going to get boring because it's how things going to go. Close for the first 2 laps. And then 2 laps later, Larson's going to be leading by 2 seconds. Top of the 9th. No, Rockies, come back and beat the Brewers, please. You were literally losing 6-0 and you tied it at 6. Don't do that to you don't even have any fans, but do it for me. I want to post. I made a Rockies joke and notice I lost 2 viewers. Whoops. Hopefully y'all ain't Rockies fans. I don't want to make you guys upset. But, come on. They came back from 6-0 down. I want them to win. Wait till the bottom of the 9th. Oh, my God. I could have literally commentated a baseball game this would have been done by now. My God. Twins beating the Rangers 4-2. It's The Giants-Phillies game, that game started till 4:05? It's already in the bottom of the seventh, and it's 8-2. We know that game's not going into extra innings unless the Phillies pull a Rockies and just score 6 in an inning. But how's that happening very low? I don't know if it's just me, but usually baseball games this year are going by much quicker than regular games. I know you have the 7-inning doubleheader and stuff. I get that, but for the most part, a regular 9-inning game. Last year, I commentated one that lasted about 4 hours, and then this year, I feel like they're usually most baseball games now are under 3.5, which is good because again, I commentated a Red Sox Rays game last year. And it was 4 hours, and it was a regular top of the first to bottom of the 9th inning game. I was exhausted after that one. Not to mention it was a 7 o'clock start, so it didn't end until 11:30. I was exhausted the next day. I was back in my sportscaster days. Again, next Sunday at 3, they're racing at the Pocono. I'm definitely not commentating the race next week. If Kyle Larson wins today, this is a I will protest to not watch the race next week. No, I'll watch it, but I'm not going to commentate now. We're going to get either a regular Floodsters Sports Zone or another commentary, but it's not going to be the NASCAR race. It's of whatever NHL or NBA game's on, or even MLB. I don't know. The Red Sox are playing the Yankees next Sunday, but again, I'm thinking about commentating the game on Friday instead. Because, again, Floodsters Sports, I like to do it on Sunday. But neither here nor there. We resume with the third and final stage. Larson and Byron to kick things off. We have a $1:09 to go. And Larson will take the lead on the outside. Heading off into turn 1. And there he goes. He's already blown ahead. You got to be kidding me. Well, Byron's sticking with him a little bit. All right. Oh, Byron not letting Larson get away so quickly. I'll have to work for it. Now Elliott and Stenhouse side by side for 5th. It looks like Elliott's going to win that battle. Look at that. Bowman in the pack along with Amarola. We have Christopher Bell and Joey Logano. We have a good pile there from 11th to 15th. That's anyone's battle right there. Oh, Bowman falling through. Amarola will get 11th. And now Bowman sandwiched between Logano and Bell, and he's going to lose 2 spots. And now here comes Austin Dillon to make Bowman lose 3 spots. Ouch. Bowman with no support. I know maybe his teammate should already be 0.6 seconds ahead of Byron. This race is literally going to be uninteresting unless we get caution or not even really a pit stop, because probably Larson's going to beat everyone to it by a couple laps and then they'll win. Which, I mean, yeah. In 106 laps, we're going to get a few cautions. For sure. Yeah, Busch. Kyle, that is. Back side of his car hit the wall, clipped the wall, and now he's in 7th. I don't know. Busch has had a good day. Not a great day, but a decent day. He's going to most likely finish in the top 10. Maybe top 5 if he's lucky, but in reality, a top 10 finish is pretty reasonable for Busch. He didn't race outstanding, but he raced pretty well. Here's Briscoe on the inside, and now battle for 8th ensues. Busch going that one as he takes the outside lane. Oh, now Briscoe on the inside will have a change of plans. And ahead goes Briscoe. Larson already is second ahead of Byron. And we're just 4 laps into the stage. I sound like a broken record, but oh my God. Oh, Ryan Preece spins out on turn 1. Cautions out, the 9th of the day. That's like our 7th wreck. Ryan Preece with a little donut will steer his direction. There is nothing but smoke coming out of his car. Well, that's good. Right when I was about to just be like, all right, Larson's up by a second. Back to reading the sports news. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Ryan Preece spun out. Never mind. Can't go back yet. Yeah, Ryan Preece, something happened with this front left tire. He's going to have to get that fixed. So by the time we hit the restart, we'll have under 100 laps remaining. As they'll still work on Preece's car. You have some cars heading into the pits. Chastain, Benedetto, I think McDowell was one of them. Yep. Now pulls into the pit stop a couple spots ahead of Chastain. Chastain looks like they're mainly working on the tires with a little bit of gas. Bowman, they're working on his left side. And Bowman and Chastain lead the pit stop at the exact same time. And now McDowell and Chastain, they're going to have a race off a pit road, and it's going to be McDowell's. Preece off pit road, same with Reddick. And we'll head back to commercial break. Oh no, Milwaukee takes the 7-6 lead. Are you kidding? No. Rockies, what? No, you didn't. Oh yeah, Peterson scored. Daniel Vollback singled into right, which resulted in a Jace Peterson score. Oh, no. I don't think I'm posting a game alert then, because that's not worth the game alert. I didn't even post this on the game. I probably should post this on this Clippers thing, but I'm not going to. Giants beating the Phillies 9-2, Tigers and Angels 3-3, Tigers beating the Reds 3-0, Dodgers beating the Diamondbacks 9-2, bottom of the 8th, Rays and Mariners. Come on, Seattle, win that game. We can't let the Rays win. Come on, no. Yeah, the Red Sox literally have the division lead for a day, and then they drop back to a wild card team. Like, that's not cool. Red Sox are off tomorrow. Then they start a series against the Rays on Tuesday. Then they play that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then they play the Yankees Friday, Saturday, and Sunday again. Either a Friday or Saturday, I'll be commentating the Red Sox Yankees. I'll probably end up being the Friday game. And then, yeah, but that all really depends on what hockey game's on, or hell, even the NBA Finals really depends, because NBA Finals is coming up. I know I haven't commentated any basketball playoff games. I should have commentated the Bucks Nets last night. I should have. I was contemplating. I elected not to. I should have. Because that was the best basketball game I've watched since the Cavs and Warriors Game 6, 2016. Best basketball game I've watched since then. And, yeah, that was incredible. And congrats to Milwaukee on advancing. I should have commentated that game. And, maybe if I'm still commentating in a few years, I could do it as a throwback commentary. But, obviously throwbacks are a little bit different. Which that is also coming up more often. Throwbacks. Summer goes along. There's also a Game 7 tonight between the Hawks and the Sixers. That's just probably another one I'm going to just watch, but I'm not going to cover. But I'll watch it for sure. And obviously we'll be posting a game alert no matter who wins, because, Game 7 is an automatic post. Yeah, some playoff games I post, most I don't, because let's be real. If it's just like, this team scored 35 points, it's Game 2 and they win, say for basketball, it's okay, it's Bucks and 76ers Game 2. Giannis drops 33 points and the Bucks win 111-87. Yeah, it's a playoff game, but is that worth posting? I don't know. Well, obviously, if someone hit a buzzer beater, then yeah, it's post-worthy. I don't know. You should either just post Game 7s or just elimination games or post them all. I just play it game by game. Back on the restart, Larson and Byron. And, Byron! On the inside. Come on, please take this lead. Hamlin. We got the pack coming. They're not letting Larson take the lead without a fight at least. Byron trying to catch up. He's sticking with Larson. Oh boy, there's now 96 laps to go. Hamlin and Elliott with a good fight for third place. Oh my goodness. And look at the middle of the pack. Alfredo comes out of it. He's now in 16th. Ross Chastain will pass Kyle Busch on the outside. Or looked like he was going to. Now Busch is going to try to work up the track and get 16th from Alfredo. Look at that. 16th to 23rd position. There's a bunch of cars jumbled up in that area. Newman working his way up to 19th. Make the pass on the inside on Tyler Reddick. Busch. On the outside, look at Newman. On the inside, Ryan Newman will take, where's he going? 18th? 18th. Reddick going for 19th. Or for 20th, rather. Oh, no. Busch will get 20th back as they head into turn 1. Michael McDowell trying to bump his way through. Here's McDowell on the pass on the inside. Now McDowell will move up ahead. Here is McDowell. not McDowell. Wallace going through the middle. Wallace, of course, popped a tire and spun out earlier on. Good to see him back in the high 20s. If he is extremely lucky, he could get a top 15 finish. Wallace, Pascal Busch here. I don't know what happened with Busch. Obviously won the Xfinity Series race yesterday, but he is dropping down like a fly tonight. Now in 23rd. Larson's, he's up ahead by a second over Byron. I've never seen a more uninteresting NASCAR race ever. I'm going to be a good guy. I'm going to cover the whole thing, but we already know Kyle Larson's going to win unless he gets crashed. The only way he loses. It's if it was a different driver dominating, I wouldn't open up my mouth as much. But since Larson's won the last two, it's wow, he's on a hot streak, but which I get. Good for him. He's doing a good job. I don't know. This also makes it tough while you don't have any co-hosts and stuff. I didn't get anyone for today's broadcast, and maybe I should have. And I don't really know much people who watch NASCAR, though. I know a few people, obviously, but not a whole lot of people watch NASCAR, so it kind of makes it tough to find co-hosts for NASCAR, at least. I know for hockey, football, and baseball, if I would ever do basketball or wrestling, I know people who I have in mind. Well, it's neither here nor there. Truex worked his way up to 12th. He's still 7 seconds behind the leader, but we're just not going to mention that. Truex had a pretty good performance. Again, he is the last non-Hendrick Motorsport to win. Seemed like an age ago. It was 5 weeks ago. Take a look now on the replay. Let's take a look at William Byron here on the restart. Yeah, Byron was just trying to stay with Larson, and ultimately Larson just started to pull away. Look at that thing is Suarez. Going right after Alfredo. Larson now in his own time zone. He's going to have a 2-second lead. Ahead of Byron. This is just dominance. You can't hate this. This is just Larson's too good. All right. 85 to go. Western State League, yeah, by now well over 2 seconds. God, Busch Bradley dropped to 26. What happened to Busch? Something must have happened with his car because he dropped to 26, and yeah, that's not great, obviously. Oh, we have a caution. Our 10th and Wallace is hit again. Bubba Wallace involved in his second crash as he spun out on the inside grass down the back straightaway. And so with 83 laps to go, we'll get a caution. And the 23 PetSmart Toyota Camry is heading back to the pits. Or is he not? I guess he's not. I would. He just spun out. All right, now you have a bunch of cars heading into the pits here. Larson hanging into his pit box. Chase Elliott already had 11-second pit stop. Byron now with 10. Elliott's going to get out 13.7 seconds. Byron at 13.3. Kurt Busch also have his pit box. Same thing with Denny Hamlin and Chase Briscoe. Larson gets out 12.7 seconds. And he wins the race off of pit road. Harvick moves up 4 spots. Byron goes down 1. Kurt moves up 1. Hamlin goes down 1. Elliott goes down 3. Briscoe goes up 1. Logano up 2. Emerald stays in 9th. And Christopher Bell goes up 1. All the 10 got 4 tires. I'm shocked I had enough time to read all that. Here, commercial break. Oh, do the Rockies come back and win? Oh, please tell me they did. Oh, it's bottom of the ninth right now. It's still 7-6 Milwaukee. How many outs? 1, 2. Justin Blackmon at the plate, though. Okay. They might come back. I doubt it. Oh, Mariners can win in the bottom of the ninth, too. All right. It's 9-2 Giants over the Phillies, 3-3 Tigers and Angels, 3-0 Padres over the Reds, 9-2 Dodgers over the Diamondbacks, and 2-2 Rays and Mariners. All right. We're heading back from commercial break. Green flag is in the air. Chastain will try to go up against Kyle Larson as we go back to green with 78 laps to go. And Larson just blew by him. Ross Chastain didn't even stand a chance. Byron working up the middle, and he'll get second, but is Larson just already way too ahead for a comeback. He's already a half second ahead. Off a restart. It doesn't matter what happens. Kyle Larson is winning this race. There is 77 laps left, and there is nothing you can do about it. Unless they physically crash Kyle Larson, there is no... You can have as many restarts as you want. It is blatant. You cannot beat Kyle Larson on the restart. You're just not going to win. That's what it comes down to. The moral of the story is you got to wreck Larson. But then, obviously, if you do that, you being the driver, you get an awful reputation. So obviously, you don't want to do that, but I'm saying pretty much that's the only way they have to win, or they just have to pit very strategically, which I don't know if many drivers are going to do here. All right. Oh, my goodness. Another caution. Briscoe into the wall. Chase Briscoe involved in his second caution. Briscoe kind of hit off the wall there. Not good. Briscoe just kind of kissed the wall and hit off the side of his off the side of the wall there. That's just not a good caution, of course. Now they're going to check on his tire. All right, Briscoe's still in the pits. Bowman gets out of the pits, though. $70 laps to go in this one. Larson, most laps led by a season. Well, 1,356, that is a career high for him. In 2017, he had 1,352. 2018, he had 792. 2019, he had 529. And in 2016, he had 379. Yeah. New career high in laps led for Larson. And again, this season is only about halfway over. I'll see what the big holdup is here. Yeah, just Briscoe hit the wall. That's all that happened. Like, I don't know why we're still under caution. Oh my goodness. Now he has to back up out of his pit box. What's going on here? He has to keep on backing up from his pit box. Oh my god, his back tire is pink. What even happened here? Let's take a look back at the Pocono 2006. This is back when Jeff Gordon hit the wall. He had to climb out of his car. And then he just kind of fell down. Yeah, that side of the car was absolutely demolished. Yeah, Briscoe's car was nothing as damaged as Jeff Gordon's was on that day, but the entire left side of that car was, just hit hard. That's the one thing as a NASCAR driver, you gotta always anticipate getting wrecked. Which is sad, but that's what you honestly kind of gotta do. All right, restart. Larson and Elliott going in the grass. Elliott tried to pass Bowman on the way inside, and this may actually work. Harvick now in the fray. There's 68 laps to go, and Byron is sticking with Larson here as they head into turn 3. Larson will lead the pack once more. 67 to go. And Larson's starting to pull away again. Like, they had that half lap after the restart. That's like, whoa, this is actually very entertaining. Just give it a lap and a half. And then Larson's like up ahead by like a half second. You're like, he's literally going to be up by 2 seconds by the time we have the next caution. Ugh. Like, Larson's already 0.8 seconds ahead. How? It's been 2.5 laps. Larson's cheating. Like, this is the most blatant. I hope I'm wrong on this, because if Larson's actually cheating, that would look awful for NASCAR, but this is so, no offense, it looks like Larson's cheating. Like, listen. How can you? And I know you're in a different track. I get that. But how? It's been 2.5 laps. Now about 3 laps. Larson is already second ahead of Byron. And Byron is in second place. And this hasn't just happened, once or twice. I get it. It happens. But this has been happening consistently since midway through stage 1. We currently are on lap 239. Well into stage 3 now. You gotta test Larson's car a ridiculous amount, because this isn't good for NASCAR. Whether Larson's cheating, that's bad. Whether we have the same winner in 3 weeks, that's going to lose a little bit of interest. I mean, I don't know what else to say. But this is ridiculous. And again, Harvick in third, he's already 2 seconds behind. It's been like 5 laps. Doesn't make no sense. 60 to go before Kyle Larson wins his third race in a row. Because, like I've said it before and I'll say it again, the only way Kyle Larson loses this race is if someone wrecks him. Which, first and foremost, no one's going to catch him. And second off, no one's going to catch him on the restart because it is so blatant that we are going to be a lap and a half after the restart, and he's already going to beat out Byron and whoever's in second by about 800 tenths of a second. It's ridiculous. Not going to – it's not even going to be a contest. Well, meanwhile, this race is really starting to bug me. I'm going to look. When was the last time a driver won 3 straight races? Okay. 3 consecutive wins clubs. Not a lot have done it. Okay. Bobby Allison, 1972. David Pearson, 1973. Richard Petty, 1974. Richard Petty in 75. Kit Yarbrough in 76 with 4 wins. Dave Pearson, 76. Darrell Waltrip with 4 straight wins in 81. Bobby Allison in 83. Dale Earnhardt in 87. Like, that makes sense. Dale Earnhardt. Rusty Wallace in 88. Harry Gant in 91, Bill Elliott 92. Bill Elliott makes sense. God, he had the speed machine back in the day. Mark Martin, 93. Rusty Wallace in 93. Wallace in 94. Gordon 96. Gordon 98. Gordon 99. Jimmy Johnson 2004. Johnson 07. Kyle Busch in 2015. Logano in 2015. Harvick in 2018. Busch 2018. Keselowski 2018. And presumably Kyle Larson today. So Larson's going to be what? Like the 11th or 12th? No, a little bit more than that. Wait, I'll look at the exact count here. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, Larson's going to be the 27th driver in history to win 3 straight races. Well, 27th time it happened. He's going to be like the 12th different driver. I was complaining about Hamlin and Harvick splitting the wins last year. Like, at least that was interesting because it was like a cool little pole race. Like, it was between Harvick and Hamlin. Like, oh my God. Like, you always knew it was going to come down to those two. And they would actually have like insane finishes. This is just boring. This is just 53 laps left. Larson's already up by 2 seconds against Byron. So there's obviously no chance he's coming back. Poor J.J. Yaley's about to be put 2 laps down. Here we go. Larson stalking Yaley like a predator. Gonna go on in on the inside. He don't do it. Really? Oh, I just passed him already. Yaley. On the back of him, Larson. Larson's not doing anything stupid. Larson, just gonna go on the inside. Easy pass. Larson's won this race. There's just no other way to put it. Could they at least go split screen? They will go split screen. Okay, so they're going to at least make me happy to do the split screen. 50 laps remaining. This isn't a caution-filled race. We'll be done at around 7. I don't even know. Maybe 7:30. If we go caution free the rest of the way, this race could potentially end around 7:30. But Ellen tells me we're going to have another caution or two, so I'll play it safe and say about 7:45. Not my longest stream, and it's not even close actually. So yeah. $2:54 left. Oh, Jimmy Johnson's now in Carvana commercials. That's funny. Just watching the Stanley Cup Finals commercial. I'm like, yes, I really wish I was commentating that right now. Or I'd be commentating that insane Knights and Canadians game than whatever this NASCAR race brought on display today. Again, the race isn't over. I gotta keep on thinking to myself, the race ain't over. Because it's not. Because there was a crash at the last second. Race could potentially be decent, but we'll see. Also, they had Chris Hansen singing in front, and then they had Asina Williams. I think she did the national anthem. Then we had Brad Paisley with Dale Earnhardt Jr. I don't know what they're showing here. Now they're showing a bunch of dudes. Alvin Kamara. Yeah, I heard Alvin Kamara was going to be in attendance. Yep. Alvin Kamara. Pitbull. He owns Daniel Suarez. I told you he was in attendance. $44 laps to go. I'm going to start. Unless there's a caution over, I'll obviously announce it. But I was going to go back to ripping through the topics. Now's a good time. There's 44 laps to go. By the time I get done with everything, there'll probably be about 20 left, if not a little, give or take a little bit more or less. So this will be fun. Okay, Predators goaltender Pekka Rinne has won the King Clancy Award, which obviously represents the players showing most leadership on and off the ice. Pekka Rinne, absolute class act. Definitely makes sense why he won this award. All right. This is something I can rant about. The NFL has announced the MLB starting June 21st, tomorrow. If any players caught with a foreign substance, they will be suspended for 10 games with pay. Now, suspended games for using foreign substances. That makes sense. With pay. With pay. No. You are showing that you don't care if players cheat, which will eventually lead to more players getting screwed out of the Hall of Fame when they retire. That's what you're saying. Because if you're getting suspended 10 games using substances with pay, enough of the PED crowd. Oh, Barry Bonds can't make the Hall of Fame. Roger Clemens can't make the Hall of Fame. They're in the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose. Oh my goodness. He cheated as a manager. You can't put him in the Hall of Fame. If you're allowing players to cheat and you're letting them serve their suspension while getting paid, you dang well put the rest of those dudes who took PEDs who have Hall of Fame numbers, you put them in the Hall of Fame. That is ridiculous. Because you're going to make no one happy with what you do in a situation like this. But already the players have already announced that they're frustrated with this rule already. And yeah, it's absolutely stupid. I disagree with it. Dolphins cornerback Xavier Howard is skipping mandatory minicamp because of contract-related issue. Unlike Gilmore, it might be a mixture of the contract and an injury. Xavier Howard strictly because of a contract. And yes, when you have a breakout season, you had, 9 interceptions last year, including a highlight reel interception against Patrick Mahomes. It makes sense why you want the payday. But in reality, obviously you want Xavier Howard on your team because, yes, he is at the moment a top 6 corner in the league. But don't let Xavier Howard make you forget the Dolphins still have Byron Jones, and they also have Nick Needham, who is very underrated. Probably the most underrated player on the Dolphins, Nick Needham. You pay Howard what he wants, but don't be afraid to fluctuate the contract. Because if you can get him, if I'm looking at Xavier Howard, I'm thinking, okay, I can give you like a 4-year, maybe 50, like a 4-year, 45, 50 mil deal. He would take that. And if he don't, then kindly say, well, all right, well, then we're trading you. We don't need you. You're not worth over 50 mil. And in my opinion, no, Xavier Howard is not worth 50 mil. He's been good since 2017. Don't get me wrong. He's been very good since 2017, 2018. He's proven that he is, before this year, he was like a top 12 corner in the league. Now he's like a top 6. Okay. Well, here's the thing. Xavier Howard is playing with Byron Jones and a fantastic defensive line. So obviously he's going to get some interceptions when Jones is locking down his other man, and the defense is going to apply pressure, which makes quarterbacks throw stupid throws. You get what I'm saying? Xavier Howard is a need, but he is not a necessity. You re-sign him, good. Dolphins do have the salary to re-sign him, so they should at least attempt to re-sign him. But if they don't, I wouldn't lose sleep over it. And really, I wouldn't. You still have Jones and Nick Needham. And if Nick Needham falls off a cliff and, performs to a below-average corner or just an average corner, he's a solid third-string corner, that's where you go. You sign either another corner or you go into the draft and you draft someone in that regard. All right, moving on to the Devils re-signing right winger Nathan Baston to a 2-year deal worth $1.65 million. That was a pretty cheap extension for the Devils, but ultimately a pretty good contract. Obviously, not one New Jersey should complain about is not breaking the bank in the slightest. He's a very good right winger, and he's 23, and he's been playing on the 4th and 3rd line last year, and I believe he averaged 10 points. He's not playing bad. Good re-signing. The Vikings bring back a familiar face. That's right. They signed defensive tackle Sheldon Richardson, who played in the Browns last year. He's going back to Minnesota on a 1-year deal worth $3.6 million. Of course, back in 2018 when he played with the Vikings, he had 4.5 sacks and 49 total tackles. So Richardson goes back to Minnesota, which is fine. The Vikings haven't had a great D-line. I know Darnell Hunter is taking a pay cut. He could potentially be on his way out. And I also know that they haven't had the amount of sack production since Everson Griffin left. So, yes, this does make sense why they would sign someone like Sheldon Richardson. And it's honestly a good move. The Ducks hire former Flames head coach Geoff Ward as an assistant coach. He wasn't a good head coach, but I guess as an assistant, he could be serviceable, especially for a team like Anaheim. He could eventually be their intern head coach. Really, he could be. Moving on. Rays pitcher Tyler Glasnow has been diagnosed with a partially torn UCL tendon strain. Try to avoid Tommy John surgery. There is no update on if he will have Tommy John surgery or not. But, yeah, that's a very unfortunate injury for Tyler Glasnow. He's one of the better pitchers on the Rays. I mean, he pretty much was the best pitcher on the Rays because, of course, Blake Snell and Charlie Morton left in free agency. Well, Morton signed with the Braves in free agency. Snell obviously got traded to the Padres. So Glasnow is pretty much the main pitcher moving forward. And, I mean, it's good to see that the Rays are still succeeding without him in the rotation. But that's going to hurt him. You know, when it comes down to playoff spots or depending on playoff games, you lose a star like Tyler Glasnow, you were losing a huge key contributor of your pitching your pitching puzzle, rather. All right, I'm not going to go in much detail. Well, first thing I would like to say, thank you for 90 likes on Instagram. This was insane. This post blew up when I didn't really expect it to. But regardless, I just got to talk about this real quickly. Former NFL defensive tackle Vince Wilfork. We all know Big Vince. Heck, we could vote him into the Hall of Fame next year. We love Big Vince. Vince Wilfork, while he pressed charges against his son, DeAndre Holmes Wilfork, for stealing and selling his father's Super Bowl rings. You are part of the New England Patriots dynasty. You were there for 2 of the 3 Super Bowls in the early 2000s. There for the 03 season, 04 season, and then obviously he was there for the 2014 season. You have 3 Super Bowl rings. I don't know the estimated worth of all those combined, but I would say somewhere around anywhere between combined about $2 million, if not maybe a little less, give or take a little bit more, give or take a little bit less. Hey, it is Vince Wilfork. Like, he was a key contributor on that team. So it's not like, you're getting like a practice squad player's ring. Like, no, you're getting Vince Wilfork's ring. Like, that's going to automatically increase its value. And just for him to have his son steal it and sell it, it's ridiculous. That's awful. That is awful. Not only is he going to jail and he's getting grounded and then some. All right, Flyers left winger Oscar Lindblom won the 2021 Masterton Trophy after his battle with Ewing sarcoma cancer back in 2020. Again, the fact that this guy was able to beat cancer and play in the playoffs the same exact year is utterly insane and just a true inspiration. Oscar Lindblom is. If he wasn't the Masterton Trophy winner, I would have rioted. But people say, if this guy don't win, we riot. I would have rioted. Because Patrick Marleau and Matt Dumba, I respect what they've done, too, on and off the ice. But no, it's Lindblom. He wins that, and he should have won it unanimously. All right, Tigers DFA'd catcher Wilson Ramos after 120 at-bats, which equal to about 22 games or something. He tallied 24 hits, 12 runs, and 13 RBIs. Like, he actually was putting up pretty decent stats for a catcher, who, of course, the Mets didn't re-sign last year. Tigers brought him in on a minor league deal, so I guess it's not the biggest end of the world that they didn't keep him around for long. But, yeah, Wilson Ramos, that kind of stinks. He's in his late 30s. He's probably going to retire since he got DFA'd, unless the Mets bring him back or the Nationals. Honestly, he played with the team previously. If they don't bring him back, then he's not coming back. And he's probably going to retire, but yeah, it is what it is. All right. Moving on forward to the Pelicans, firing head coach Stan Van Gundy after 1 year. He went 31-41. This is more about the Stan Van Gundy signing, because obviously if you have guys like Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson, you got to make the playoffs regardless. But here's the other thing. When Zion Williamson's family flat out like, we want Zion to leave, that's rough. Now, to Zion Williams' family's defense, he's been in the league for 2 years. Calm down. Rebuilds do not take 2 years to finish. Should the Pelicans be a playoff team? Maybe. Will they go far in the playoffs? No, they get swept out of the first round. because the Pelicans are not good yet. And that's where I say, they just fired their coach. Relax. There is no need to be, we want Zion Williamson out of New Orleans. He's been there for 2 years. I get it if it's a decade and they're wasting his career. I get it. And yes, it is looking like the Pelicans are going to waste Zion Williamson's career. But as for right now, you're only 2 years into your NBA career. Don't become a drama king. Don't Zion. You can be unhappy with them. I get it. But whatever you do, don't request a trade. Because if you just flat out gave up on the team that drafted you 2 years prior, then yeah, I'm losing all respect for you, by the way. Wizards and head coach Scott Brooks part ways after 5 seasons. Brooks was a good coach. Like the Wizards were okay. Were they going to win a championship? No. Were they going to make the playoffs? Yeah, they did make the playoffs. It's just Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal can't carry everybody else on the team. That's what it came down to. And ultimately, the Wizards decided to can Scott Brooks, which I can't necessarily blame them. Again, he underperformed a little bit as the head coach of the Wizards. All right. Clippers shooting guard, Kawhi Leonard. I can't read anymore. I'm getting so tired. I've been for 3.5 hours. Clippers star shooting guard Kawhi Leonard is believed to have suffered an ACL tear, and he is out indefinitely. Rough. Mavericks parted ways with GM's Donnie Nelson, and they also part ways with head coach Rich Carlos. All right, Mavericks clean house after they lose in the first round. A very hard-fought first round. If I was Dallas, I wouldn't have fired management, but they did. Well, I mean, okay. I would have waited until next year if they blew it, but all right, they'll do it this year. Also, Ross Chaz things in 5th. Good for him. But anyway, Maple Leafs re-signed center Jason Spezza, 1 year, $750,000 deal. Spezza pretty much just taking the pay cut. I will say if Spezza gets placed on waivers sometime next season, I would not be surprised if he retires. But he's a decent 4th liner. He certainly has more in the tank than good old Joe Thornton. So, yeah, overall, it's a good signing for the Maple Leafs. And again, for cheap, too. All right. LaMelo Ball has won the 2021 NBA Rookie of the Year. This better have been undisputed because this is ridiculous. Listen, no disrespect to Anthony Edwards, but LaMelo Ball not only outplayed him, but he did so missing 2 months. And he still won Rookie of the Year. LaMelo Ball was the sole reason why the Hornets were even in playoff contention. Yes, Terry Rozier played good occasionally. Yes, Gordon Hayward played good occasionally. But it was LaMelo Ball who continued to ball out every single night, and that's the sole reason why the Hornets were even near a playoff spot. Madden cover. Of course, if you haven't seen it, here you go. It's Mahomes and Brady. My opinions from Thursday night have not changed in the slightest. In fact, it's making me even more upset. It is the worst Madden cover in history. I said it. It's the worst. Like even John Madden in the announcing booth, like raising his fist. That's a better design than this. You're letting Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes take a photo shot in the front of a blue sky. Why? You couldn't have just had a picture of them shaking hands after the Super Bowl? At least that would have made a decent-ish cover. Oh my God. Awful man cover. And the game's going to probably suck too. I heard franchise mode's going to get better, but other than that, my hopes are very down. Blue Jackets re-signed right winger Kevin Stunlin to a 1 year, $1.5 million deal. That's a good deal. Cheap right winger. He had 10 points in 26 games. He's okay. 1 year deal. Yeah. If he doesn't succeed with Columbus next year, he's probably going to the European leagues, the KHL, the SHL, whatever. But he's staying in Columbus, which is good. All right. Pitcher Wade LeBlanc signs a minor league deal with the Cardinals just 17 days after signing with the Rangers. He also played on the Brewers and Orioles earlier this season. Yeah, he's playing 4 teams in 2 months. LeBlanc can't find a home since he got DFA'd by Baltimore in late April. And, yeah, that's rough. All right, moving on. 49ers defensive end Jordan Willis has been suspended for the first 6 games of the 2021-2022 season for PEDs. That's unfortunate. Defensive lineman being not smart. On Thursday, I believe, on Thursday, the Diamondbacks set an MLB record for most consecutive road losses in the modern sports era, or the modern MLB era anyway. 23 straight road losses and counting. It's because of those weird jerseys they revealed last week. All right, I'm not going to cue the brass bonanza. We'll do that on Wednesday, but I will announce that Hurricanes head coach Rob Brendamore did win the 2021 Jack Adams Award. It was between Joel Quenneville and the Wild coach. Yeah, Brendamore deserved it out of all those 3. Okay, moving on. The Celtics traded point guard Kemba Walker, the 16th overall pick in this year's draft and 2025 second, to the Thunder for center Al Horford, center Moses Brown, and a 2023 second-round pick. Celtics getting 2 decent players in return. Al Horford returning, Moses Brown still young, and a decent draft pick. Thunder getting players they need now, like Kemba Walker, and they get a first on top of a second, but that's not until 2025. But they get the first and Walker. Right now, Thunder win this trade, but depending on how good Boston does in the playoffs next year, they could potentially win this trade. But I think for right now, the Thunder won that trade with the better player out of anybody. I mean, let's be real. Walker is better than Horford and Brown. And obviously, the first and the second is better than just a second. So, yeah. Thunder win the trade for now, but depending on how good the Celtics do in the future, will determine that trade. All right. The Jaguars signed wide receiver Laquan Treadwell to a 1-year deal after trying out with the team during minicamp last week. Yeah, good signing. As a Jaguar fan, I honestly liked Laquan Treadwell back when he was with Ole Miss. The issue is he just didn't adapt in the NFL. Like, I know on the Vikings he was overshadowed by Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs. What was his deal with the Falcons? Like, that was his breakout team, and he didn't do it. Maybe he'll do well with Jacksonville. I don't know. But the thing is, the Jaguars don't really need another wide receiver. I mean, Treadwell's fine for like a practice squad or a good, fast special teams player. But overall, Treadwell's not going to blow your mind or anything. He's got good speed, but he's pretty much going to be the 6th receiver on the team. Because obviously, you have Chark and Marvin Jones as obviously your top 2. Laviska Shenault, he's still there. Colin Johnson performed well last season. He came out of nowhere as a rookie. We got someone else. Oh, and Philip Dorsett. They got Philip Dorsett as well. He's going to be the wide receiver 4. Like Treadwell, he's going to be on the practice squad all year. Canadiens head coach Dominique Duchesne tested positive for COVID-19. He has to be in COVID protocols for 10 days. He's going to be out for a little bit, and he might even miss the remainder of the Canadiens night series, which, hey, they won game 3 without him. But no, Canadiens, they need a head coach to succeed. I don't know. Maybe, hey, listen, if Montreal wins tonight, they're 1 win away from the finals. But regardless, it obviously stinks, trying to do this without your head coach. And the fact that they keep on persevering is incredible. Lions Hall of Fame wide receiver Calvin Johnson stated it sucked that the Lions did not let him go. That was asked when he was talking about the Matthew Stafford of the Rams trade on Friday. All right. The Bruins fan in me was not happy when it was announced that Alexander Barkov won the Selke Award and not Patrice Bergeron. But Barkov deserved it. Great block shot guy and a great speed in general. So I will tip my cap Alexander Barkov. Clippers eliminated the Jazz with 131-119 win in Game 6. Now we'll get to the news on Saturday. The Cubs signed pitcher Justin Schaefer to a minor league deal. He played with the Blue Jays for a little bit. I guess he was on the Marlins for a little bit last year. Cubs are giving him a 1-year deal. We'll see what he does there. And another minor league deal. The Reds signed outfielder Malik Smith. He was okay with the Mariners. He's a good guy to steal bases with, I guess. And moving on to another MLB transaction. The Mets traded pitcher Jacob Barnes to the Blue Jays for prospect pitcher Troy Miller. Hurricanes defenseman Jakub Slavin won the Lady Bing Award. And obviously the Bucks beat the Nets 115 to 111 in OT to end a bizarre Game 7 last night. And the last news of the day, Suns GM James Jones has won the 2021 as the 2021 NBA Executive of the Year. There we go. And there's all the sports news I was going to gather. There's 3 laps left. I did this absolutely perfectly. There's 3 laps left. So, yeah, this is all right. Oh, yeah, there's 2 laps to go. Hey, Hamlin's in the pits. All right. Hamlin will go around. He's 5 seconds ahead of Ross Chastain. I mean, congrats to Ross Chastain for getting second. I tip my cap to Ross Chastain. But it is Kyle Larson on the final lap. He's dominated this entire race. He deserves to win, of course. And now 4 seconds ahead of Chastain as he heads down the back straightaway. And he'll head into turn 3 for one last time. Still 4 seconds ahead. The Chevys are going to steal the top 3. And it's going to be Kyle Larson in the brand new paint scheme, winning 3 in a row. And he wins the first ever Cup Series race in Nashville, Tennessee. And he did so absolutely convincingly. Larson, Chastain, Byron, Amarola, and Harvick, your top 5. And to round out your top 10, Stenhouse, Daniel Suarez. Yeah, there you go, Suarez. Kurt Busch, Christopher Bell, and Joey Logano rounding out the top 10. Well, Daniel Suarez got a top 10. And Ross Chastain finished second. Absolutely bizarre. And Chastain giving Larson a fist pump on the way by, congratulating him. Larson just dominated, and he deserved to win this race. Like, if he didn't cheat, then, oh my God, that was one of the greatest NASCAR performances I've ever seen. You gotta give Larson credit where credit's due. He absolutely dominated, and he deserves to win this one. To make it 3 in a row. The 27th time a driver has won 3 races in a row. And I believe he is now the 13th different driver to do so. Only twice, I saw in the record book when I was researching earlier, only twice the drivers won 4 in a row. Will he make that 3 times next week? We shall see. He's doing a nice little burnout. He's not doing a donut, but he is doing a nice little burnout, heading off into turn 3. Or no, heading off into turn 1. Now he's heading towards turn 3, but he's obviously not going to get that far. A celebration for Larson. All right, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. I'm Grant Fluff from Floodsters Sports Zone saying enjoy the rest of your evening. This was Floodsters Sports Zone / commentating the NASCAR race. And again, next Sunday, it might just be another live reaction because, of course, we are getting deeper and deeper into the NHL and NBA playoffs. I kind of don't want to miss any more important games. So for Floodsters Sports Zone for a few weeks, you'll probably just hear what I just did. You know, if the game's a blowout or during the intermissions or whatever, I'll just go through the sports news like we usually do. And then, yeah, we'll just commentate the game like we usually do. Yeah, Kyle Larson, 3rd win in a row. Again, the 27th time it has happened in NASCAR history. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. I'm Grant from Fletcher Sports Zone saying enjoy the rest of your evening. We got a new winner next week. I'll tell you who's going to win. This guy right here, Landon Castle. No, I'm kidding. He's not going to win. He's not even in the truck series anymore. Castle's gone. He ain't winning nothing anymore, but hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. I'm Grant from Fletcher Sports Zone saying enjoy the rest of your evening.